YouTube, I am back in Pokemon Unbound, the Mono Dark playthrough. Last time, my mental boomed by the stupid sexy Sadako strategy, which was really stupid, and it proved to not be the solution to the problem. We did get through some other battles, so we did actually make some progression last time, so I won't be like super upset by it. Like we knocked out I think 2 battles, but the third one was as brutal as I thought. Like I'd been waiting for like 3 weeks trying to get a bloody choice scarf so that one of my strategies would work. Spoilers, it still has not dropped me. I still not got a choice scarf. I tried to farm it for another couple of days, and it's just not dropping. It just doesn't exist in the game for me. Anyway, I have come up with a new strategy which doesn't require a choice scarf, and I think gives me a possibility of winning. Not guaranteed, not even a high percentage, but a percentage chance of winning. I think it's higher than it was before. Also, I do some testing on this just to check that stuff actually works. In testing, I have actually won this battle now, so I know this will not be the end of the series here. We will eventually get through. It might take me 4 hours to beat this guy, but we can actually physically beat him. And in fact, I've actually come up with like 2 strategies, but like it's basically the same Pokemon but with like a slightly different moveset. Anyway, I talked about what the battle is and why it's really hard last time, but I'm going to just do a little quick reminder for you guys what the battle is that we're dealing with. This is the battle we are dealing with. And actually, the real difficult part of the battle isn't these 6 Pokemon. It's really these 3 Pokemon. They're the problem. they're the big issue. But anyway, let me deal with the battle. So it's a double battle where my opponent is using these 6 Pokemon. These are pretty strong Pokemon. Mega-gardevoir, pretty strong. Also, a Fairy type. My Dark types don't like the Fairies too much. Primal Kyogre, very strong Pokemon, got a really good spread move. So does mega-gardevoir, by the way, with Pixelate Hyper Voice, very scary. Primal Kyogre, Origin Pulse, very scary. Tapu Fini has got Muddy Water, a spread attack. Also, it's pretty bulky as a Pokemon, pretty scary. Just all around, not great Pokemon. Stack Attacker even, Rock Slide, Flinch bullshit chances, pretty scary as well. So that's like the big issues. But I would say the big issues for me is, firstly, 2 of these Pokemon are Fairies, and I'm not good into Fairies because I'm the Dark typing, and I just can't really deal with them particularly easily. And even then, Primal Kyogre does disgusting damage, and a lot of the Dark type Pokemon can't deal with it. So like, I've got a very limited pool of Pokemon that can do anything. And then the other big issue, as I said, is my battle isn't just with my Pokemon. I only get to pick 3 of them. I have to also use my rival. And by use my rival, I mean my rival uses their own Pokemon. And that is the biggest issue, because my rival is an idiot. Firstly, he's brought the Toucannon to this battle. He's brought Toucannon to a gunfight, and the Toucannon is getting shot repetitively. Skill Link, King's Rock, very funny, very memey. I'm on board with that. Not super happy with your speed tier stat, which is pretty diabolical. And the fact that you are running Hyper Voice. Interesting. I guess it's stab, but not ideal. Let's put it that way. They've then got a Vaporeon, which is by far and away the best Pokemon they're actually bringing. It has Water Absorb, so it can sit through Origin Pulses, and pretty tanky boy. It's also holding a Wackenberry, so it can deal with Thunder, because the Kyogre has got Thunder on it, because it's going to set up the rain for itself. So it actually has a bit of staying power, this Pokemon. Then the other big issue I've got is that my rival Pokemon is a Mega Garchomp. That's what they're going to bring to this battle, and it's probably the worst of the 3 options they could have. They could either have Mega Tyranitar, Mega Metagross, but I gave them Garchomp, mainly because down the line, if I made a different decision, I couldn't get Tyranitar, so like this was the decision that would give me a Tyranitar down the line. And fully, if I want Tyranitar, it's one of the better Dark types in the game. But yeah, for this battle, the Mega Garchomp, not very good. It is pretty quick, I'll give it that, and it has a decent matchup into Stacker Attacker, but... And actually, Togedemaru, it's got a really good matchup. But the problem is that both these Pokemon, which are very ground weak, have Air Balloons. So, like, you have to pop the Air Balloon before you hit them with a ground type move to then kill the Pokemon. Other than that, again, it's a Dragon, it's a ground type. It's scared of Fairies. It's scared of Water types to some degree. Especially Water types have Ice Beam. 4 times weak to Ice, by the way. So, all round, not a great Pokemon for this battle. And just all round, my rival Pokemon, not great. And this leads me to a situation where I kind of have to support my rival Pokemon so that they don't just instantly die and turn this battle into a 3v6 with my Pokemon. But the problem with that is if I go purely supportive, then my rival Pokemon don't do damage. So I have a really rough time of it. There's then some other stuff that I mentioned last time where I think a lot of the Dark Pokemon right now don't have great spread moves. And the ones that have like okay spread moves is, it's dark type spread moves, which aren't great into the fairies. It's fire type spread moves, not good into the water types. Earthquake is on board for some of my Pokemon, but it's not great into the air balloon, so it gets really tricky to do a double battle. Also, only one dark type Pokemon knows Wide Guard, which would be really good in this battle. That's how I did it with the bugs last time. Unfortunately, I can't get that Pokemon. That Pokemon is Guzzlord. So that's a post-game Pokemon for me. There's a few other things I'm lacking, like redirection. I don't have redirection. And it makes this battle really tricky. And then the real tricky part of it, where it really restricts my Pokemon usage, is the lead, actually, Togedemaru and Mega-Gardevoir. The issue is that Togedemaru is actually quite a quick Fake-Out user. Fake-Out is +3 priority, so it goes over things like Prankster. There's a very, very few subset of Pokemon that can outspeed both it and Mega-Gardevoir, which is actually slightly faster. And those Pokemon that can outspeed it, there's then very few of those Pokemon that can also basically get through the Fake-Out turn. Because if I put any Pokemon in that can, it can potentially out-fake out the Togedemaru. All that happens is I get Hyper Voice with Pixelate and I die. Or I bring a Pokemon that can't survive through Fake Out, as in, it will get flinched. And I get flinched, and then I get killed by Mega-Gardevoir. So there was very few subset of Pokemon. Basically, the only Pokemon I could use were Pokemon that had an ability that made them immune to Fake Out. Those were namely the inner focus Pokemon. So that's Sneasel, not King Gambit, the other one, Bisharp, the less good one. Umbreon, which is not exactly a powerhouse anyway, and then finally a Ghost-type Pokemon, and that's Sableye. It's the only one I had as an option. So it had to be one of those 4 Pokemon that was the lead for me, in my opinion, because as much as I don't like this Toucan, I kind of actually hate this Toucan at this point. I do kind of need it down the line, because it's actually quite good, inverted commas, into the water types, because it has got Bullet Seed and Skill Link, and King's Rock, which could cause some flinching down the line. Last time, I tried to do the stupid sexy Sadako strategy because it's a ghost type which can't be affected by Fake Out. And what I was doing was I was attracting the Togedemaru and Mega-Gardevoir, which were both males, and we would live through a few turns, the Toucan would get a bit of value, we'd pick up a kill, and then hand it over to the other Pokemon to try and deal with the rest of it. It was super improbable because I had to hit 4 or 5 attracts in a row, and anytime the chain broke, all that would happen was I get nuzzled and paralyzed, and we paraflinch down the line. So it was extremely frustrating. My other solution to this problem was a Bisharp, but Bisharp is actually not fast enough. It is powerful enough to one-shot Mega-Gardevoir, but it's not fast enough, so I needed a choice Scarf for it. Sadly, I couldn't find a choice Scarf, so I never got to actually do this strategy. The other option was to use a Sneasel. You may say, why not a Weavile? This is where the Pokemon Company had a little jape. When Sneasel evolves, it loses inner focus, it becomes Pressure. And Pressure does not mean you're immune to flinching, so I have to use a Sneasel in this opening. But the downside of using a Sneasel in the opening is Sneasel's got a low percentage chance of killing Mega-Gardevoir in one turn, because it hasn't got a very good attack stat. Nor is the defense particularly good, so it's a really fragile Pokemon. And then the final Pokemon was Umbreon. I actually tried to do some theory crafting where I just made the Umbreon really tanky, just stalled on the field for multiple turns. I tried to baton pass a stat to another Pokemon that could maybe sweep 1v6. It just doesn't work. The problem is, again, Mega-Gardevoir, even to a really bulky Umbreon, it just can't take multiple Hyper Voices. It just can't do it. And then with Togedemaru also nuzzling it to get paralysis on it, it was just a nightmare still. So Umbreon went out the window. So I was at a loss, really. I was like, do I just have to wait for a Choice Scarf? And even then, the back line is really, really scary. Then, though, I became inspired. And I became inspired by actually specifically the Sneasel. So let's talk about my solution to the problem. The Sneasel, although it can one-shot the Mega-Gardevoir, but it's 30% chance of a one-shot. Although it can't necessarily get the kill, I had an idea for what it could do instead. Because this Pokemon, Mega-Gardevoir, is so determined to pixelate me with a Hyper Voice. Hyper Voice is a sound-based move. And what move counters sound-based moves? That's right. It's Throat Chop. So Throat Chop won't one-shot the Mega-Gardevoir, but it's so determined to do this Hyper Voice pixelate. If I Throat Chop it and I'm faster, because Sneasel is faster, I can deny the Hyper Voice. which is huge. Also, Throat Chop still does half damage to this Pokemon, so 2 Throat Chops, and it's dead. This Pokemon also has Inner Focus, so I can't be flinched, so there's nothing the rival can do about this. They just have to accept I'm taking a kill on their mega-gardevoir, and that is the tempo I needed for this battle. In terms of items on this Pokemon, just to talk about that next, I've got a Lumberry on it because I'm going to get nuzzled at some point and I want to remove the paralysis. So that's why the Lumberry is here. Otherwise, we could have some issues down the line because I want to use this Pokemon again later on. Other moves on this Pokemon, I've got Icicle Crash for big damage to Amoonguss. It doesn't quite one-shot sadly, but it's like 78% damage, assuming it hits. And then Poison Jab is on here for Tapu Fini, which again does like, I think 50% damage, there or thereabouts. So, a pretty good move into that. The final move I put on this thing is Icy Wind, but I probably will never push this button, just in case some weird situation arises where I need to get speed control. Like, maybe I've got another Pokemon on my team that is in the back, but it's slightly slower, and I can't get the one-shot. It might be worth Icy Winding to get me some speed control, or even like my ally needs some speed control. So I put Icy Wind on this guy. Probably retrospectively, and maybe I'll change this at some point during the course of the battle. I think Protect might be better, but we'll see. Either way, I need the other moves, probably. Also, Icicle Crash gives me another win condition where I just get a flinch off an Icicle Crash, and then that leads me into a victory condition. So that is why this move is on here. So that deals with the lead. Then there was an interesting thing that happened during the course of this testing. So I was just testing the Sneasel to see if it would work. And if I kill mega-gardevoir, the opponent will always switch to Stakataka, and they will have Stakataka and Togedemaru in at the same time. And this was like my other nightmare situation, because it's all well and good about talk about these spread fairy moves, spread water moves, and all that jazz. The other really scary thing about this team is Stakataka, because Stakataka is a famously very slow Pokemon, and it learns Trick Room, and in Trick Room, the slowest Pokemon go first. And Stakataka, you can't really underspeed this Pokemon, it's so unbelievably slow, and this one in particular has been made as slow as one can be. So my other issue and like why I was making it so hard for team building was that I wanted every Pokemon to have an answer to Stakataka, so they couldn't get this Trick Room off, so that it couldn't like sweep through my team, because if it starts picking up Beast Boost kills, which is boosting I think the attack in this case, I basically can't deal with it, right? It becomes a runaway train with the Rock Sliding. So I was like, okay, if I can't stop it, because my answer to that would probably have been put Taunt on this Pokemon, which I could have done actually, it does have Taunt on it. But I was like, what if I just stall the Pokemon out instead? Is there a Pokemon that maybe, you know, maybe it learns Fake Out? Maybe a Pokemon learns Fake Out, right? And maybe it has something like Intimidate to slow them down as well, so I don't have to worry about the attack boost speeding out of control, because it starts at -1 to begin with. And then I got thinking, is there also a Pokemon that learns Earthquake? Because if I'm faking out this Stakataka, I'm breaking the air balloon, so it's ripe for an Earthquake. And also Togedemaru will probably get hit at some point by the Toucannon and have its air balloon pop. So is there a Pokemon in the game that learns Fake Out, that learns, has Intimidate, has Earthquake? I also actually want to Protect, but both Pokemon learn Protect. Yes, there is a Pokemon that does all that. Why was I not thinking about this before? The best Pokemon in the game, so to speak. That's right, not Houndoom. Not you. Incineroar. So I kind of discredited Incineroar as an option of a Pokemon for this battle, mainly in part because there's a lot of water and fairies in the game, and like this Pokemon isn't really designed for the water types, and it's okay with the fairies, but Primal Kyogre and Tapu Fini don't scream Incineroar, so I was like, this Pokemon can't be right. But actually, in this situation where I need a Pokemon to stall out the Trick Room terms a little bit, to deal with these two physical attackers, the Steel types, it turned out Incineroar was actually a pretty good answer, so Incineroar made its way into the team. This Incineroar is holding a Cherry Berry. Again, I do not want to be paralyzed in this Pokemon, because otherwise I get into the RNG fest of, can I break through paralysis? No, I will lose. So I put a Cherry Berry on this Pokemon. In terms of movesets, I actually dropped Protect off this Pokemon. I was originally going to use Fake Out Protect and then hit it with like an Earthquake or something, but I actually have to be a bit more proactive, otherwise my opponent just kills my rival instead. So this Pokemon is here to Fake Out Stakataka, break the air balloon. It can then do an Earthquake to potentially pick up a kill on Togedemaru and big damage to Stakataka. And we also have Brick Break, which does 4 times damage into Stakataka as well for big damage. And then finally Flare Blitz on this Pokemon, because if I ever get in front of a Amoonguss, Flare Blitz, I don't think it guarantees kills, but has a small chance of picking up a kill, which is why your nature is adamant, by the way. We'll look at your stats in a second, but your stats are very defensive, except for the nature. I just needed a bit of an extra attack boost to get me over the hump. But yeah, this Pokemon will become the actual annoyance of this, like, big part of the RNG will be with this Pokemon. I at some point have to eat a Rock Slide, and actually Incineroar takes Rock Slide surprisingly well for a move that's super effective into it. But the problem is that if I get flinched from it, it's like GG, basically. So we kind of need to break through probably 2, actually, Rock Slides. But we can always dodge them as well. If we, like, dodge a few of them, then we are actually cooking. Then this leads me to the final Pokemon. This is, like, the other issue when I was doing this team building, because it's all well and good having, like, these Pokemon to deal with Stack Attacker and Togedemaru, the one to deal with Mega-Gardevoir, but then it leads with this big gap. How do I deal with Primal Kyogre and Tapu Fini? Primal Kyogre in the rain with an Origin Pulse basically one-shots most Pokemon, unless I'm giving them like an Assault Vest and they resist the damage. And even then, it's two-shotting them. So it's really, really, really brutal. And this is where it came to me, because I actually kind of discredited this Pokemon because I didn't think I'd get it right now, is the real spoilers. In fact, past me was more intelligent than future me, or present me, or past me? I guess it's past me now, but like, further past me was better. So, I didn't think I could get Hooper Unbound at this point in the game. I wrote on my notes that I could, but like I was like, I didn't believe my own notes, I suppose. I thought you could get Hooper at this point in the game. That I did know, but I thought you didn't get the... I think, is it called Prison Bottle? I don't think you get Prison Bottle until the post-game, but no, you get it now. So actually, I have access to Hooper Unbound. Hooper Unbound is a Dark type. Hooper itself isn't, so I can't use Hooper, but Hooper Unbound, that's okay, I'm allowed to do that. That's a ding-ding. And the thing that came to my mind was we just fought a battle with Mega Rayquaza and Hooper Unbound. And that Hooper Unbound has got a ability, which I think is an ability created for this game, called Portal Power. And Portal Power reduces the damage from non-contact moves. And that got me thinking. Origin Pulse, probably a non-contact move. Tapu Fini's, like, Moonblast and stuff, probably non-contact moves. So this Pokemon could be theoretically really tanky into those moves. And indeed, it's pretty tanky to those moves. It can survive a hit. Now, I will say that there's 2 movesets of this Pokemon. I'm going to try this one because I think it's kind of funny, but I think there might be a better moveset where I put an Assault Vest on this guy, but I'll tell you about it in a second. Currently, this Pokemon's got a Roselli Battery on it. My big issue right now is actually Tapu Fini with this Pokemon. Tapu Fini with Moonblast does a lot of damage. It's super effective. Even with the Portal Power, it's still really brutal. So Roselli Battery reduces my Fairy-type damage I take by half, and maybe lets me take like another hit from it. I will get to the ability in a second. In terms of moves, I've got Thunderbolt, which is for Tapu Fini. Grass Knot does big damage to Primal Kyogre. It doesn't quite one-shot, but it's like 80% damage. Psychic, big damage to Amoonguss, even with the resistance barrier of the Payapa barrier, it's called, the one that resists psychic damage. It still does like half to it, so like it's a big hit. The final move is the Chef's Kiss, and this is where I think you can like change things around. I put Skill Swap on Hooper Unbound. My logic is, if the right circumstances align, I can Skill Swap Vaporeon's Water Absorb onto Hooper Unbound, so that I don't take full damage from Primal Kyogre anymore with the Origin Blast. And it really wants to push that, Origin Pulse, sorry. It really wants to push that button, and even more so, if I can get Origin Pulse, I will heal, and Tapu Fini, which is normally what's going to be adjacent to it, its damage basically gets negated, right? Because I'm just healing up from the Pulse anyway. So it's a really nice setup. It does require certain circumstances to arise, like Vaporeon be next to me. I probably want to be in Trick Room as well before I do this, because otherwise the Kyogre is actually faster than me. But if I can get the right circumstances, then it works a treat. Now, 2 things I will say. Firstly, there is an alternate moveset I think which would be quite good. My other alternate moveset, which I tried both and they both can actually lead to a victory condition. I Skill Swapped for Drain Punch. Hoop is actually meant to be more of a mixed attacker than a special attacker. I've got it set up as special attacker, in fact, but you can run physical moves on this guy. And theoretically, it means it gives me an option for Stack Attacker just to kill it with a Drain Punch and heal back up as well via that means. And if you do that, you can put an Assault Vest on it. But the problem with the Assault Vest set is you're really scared about Tapu Fini then, because the Moonblast still does like 50% plus damage to you, so it's like a really scary move. Even with Portal Power, with an Assault Vest, it does so much damage. In this, guys, I'm less scared of Tapu Fini because I can eat a Moonblast with my berry. But Primal Kyogre becomes really scary, which is why I want to put Skill Swap on it to get the Water Absorb, so Primal Kyogre is no longer that scary. Now, you may have noticed my ability isn't currently Portal Power, and that's because Portal Power is actually a hidden ability. So, I've been saving it for quite some time, thinking, ooh, where do I use this? Who do I use this on? Thank God I didn't pop this onto Muck, which I considered doing at some point, or issuing Overquill to get Intimidate. I actually need to use my final Dream Miss, so I won't get another Dream Miss until post-game. But it's actually mission critical that this goes on you. I need Portal Power. It's actually essential. Otherwise, this doesn't work, so it's really important I do that. So that's the final Dream Mist we're going to use. And to the question in the chat as well of the Inner Focus Dark types, yeah, it's just Umbreon, Sneasel, and Bisharp. They're the only Inner Focus Pokemon. So let me quickly save the game. Now I've done the hidden ability thing. I will create a save state as well. We will... Oh my god, it's the 250th save state. Celebrations. Oh, one final thing before I get into this. I'll just quickly show off the EV spreads and stuff. This is the EVs of Hooper. I need 44 speed to outspeed Tapu Fini. I get 1 speed faster than Tapu Fini. I just max special attack. Maybe not the best idea, but it does do some sizable damage to these Pokemon. To be honest with you, I think this is better for the Assault Vest set. I didn't really like... I didn't check the EVs after I changed my mind of the abilities, but with an Assault Vest, this is quite good. Like, you're taking like a quarter damage from the Origin Pulses, but you're taking like 50% from the Fairy-type moves. But you do hit pretty hard in this form. As I said, the Incineroar is just max defense. I don't really need that much attack. I do want a tiny bit, because as I said, I don't think I one-shot a Moongus, or guaranteed one-shot. I think it's like 56 or maybe higher than 56% chance to get a kill. I think it's like close to 70 actually. But I just wanted that increased chance to get the kill. Because sometimes I think it will be Incineroar versus the Moongus, and I'd like to be able to kill it. And then finally, Sneasel is just max speed. I actually have to be max speed to outspeed the Gardevoir. Max attack, just Glass Cannon it. The 6 HP doesn't matter. It's dying basically in one hit to most things. Anyway, as I said, there is a lot of randomness in this despite my best attempts to circumvent that, so prepare for the death counter to go up. I also don't know how much the Portal Power reduces the damage, by the way. It's not 50% that I know for a fact. I've tested it to some degree. I think it's like 20% maybe. Anyway, these are the guys that are coming with me. And sadly, no, I can't bring Cool, the Song of These People. I can't lock the Pokemon down. Why Toucannon? Okay. There's also some really frustrating things with this where if I pick up kills too quickly, or my rival picks up kills too quickly, bad things can happen, so there is a lot of variance in it. I think overall my chance of winning is actually quite low, like 10% maybe, but it's better than what I was doing at the very least. Alright, instantly we Throat Chop here. This will block the Hyper Voice. We have to kill Gardevoir afterwards, by the way, because it has Mystical Fire, so it will just one-shot me either way. They will clap the cheeks of Toucannon because they know I have Inner Focus. The AI cheats. So we're just going to pick up the kill here with Throat Chop. So this is one of the first turns where there's a bit of variance, because I think it can paralyze me or the Toucannon. I think this is the better roll, but it depends. It depends on the RNG down the line, because the nice thing about this Lumberry, where you got the Lumberry, is when you fight a Moongus, if this Lumberry's still on me, then I can negate Spore, which is very useful. Okay, so this is the situation that I want to occur. The two physical attacks in this battle are against one another, or with one another. Perfect timing for an Incineroar. Stack Attacker will always do Trick Room. Togedemaru is going to go for a Nuzzle. Again, there's variance here of who it nuzzles. The probable dream is it actually nuzzles me, but I needed to not nuzzle me 2 times in a row. That's all I need. Okay, it does go for me. The next time I need to go for the Toucannon, or to get flinched. Because now Stack Attacker is going to go into Trick Room, which means that both my Pokemon are going to be faster than Togedemaru. The other issue we can have is, I think Toucannon can crit like 2 times on Bullet Seed. That will ruin the battle, basically, because it'll kill Togedemaru a turn too soon. So yeah, Trick Room comes up. So I need to sort this Trick Room out to some degree. Again, there is a bit of, like, hand waviness in this, because theoretically, as long as I get into Vaporeon... If I get into Vaporeon Hooper, into Kyogre as the opposite side, on the last turn of Trick Room, that's actually the dream case scenario. But any earlier than that or later than that, it can become a little bit messy. Earlier is, like, basically game over. So I don't want you to kill this rat right now. You can do it. If you flinch it, though, I'd be very on board with that. Right, no crits, perfect. Flinch, excellent. That means I'm not... Or one of us is not going to be paralyzed at the end of this, which is the dream. Now, I want to stall the Trick Room out, so I'm not going to instantly Earthquake because I don't want to bring another Pokemon in just yet. They might swap the Togedemaru out, but I'm also okay with that outcome as well, because I can always kill this with Weavile down the line. I'm going to break the Stack Attacker. We have to not get flinched by Earthquake. It's almost a must-case scenario. It's not quite over if I do flinch, because it could always miss, but I need a miss after that. So we're going to lose, probably. I don't know why you've Hyper Voice. I mean, I guess you picked up the kill on Togedemaru, but we're in bad state now. Real bad state. So Kyogre is here. Between us, we need to kill Stack Attacker. Origin Pulse, by the way, can also miss. That's my other out right now. I'm going to go for an Earthquake, because at the very least I'll get damage on both. Again, if we flinch now, then it is actually just GG. I can't kill Stack Attacker anymore. Toucannon's dead. Attack rises. Okay. We put it down to a death. I can't overcome this anymore. I needed, like... Basically, if I get a bad roll, as long as I get a good roll in the future, then I can salvage it. But I can't off that situation. Like, that's the worst case scenario. And that's why I was scared of Stack Attacker. He's just a scumbag. I'll also say, I think I'm gaming the system slightly, because I think if I put Taunt, and I think I tested this, I think if you put Taunt on the Sneasel, it won't go into Stack Attacker, because it recognizes you can... It recognizes you can taunt the Trick Room, so it's like, nah, we're not doing that. And then it gets really, really messy if I split up the two physical attackers. 12% chance for a double flinch, I know. Fine. As I said, in theory, I'd like the berry, but if it hits the Toucannon, I get stuck with Toucannon flinches then, which can also cause me to lose the game. Yeah, so Stack Attacker's here. Incineroar time. I guess we did get the flinch last time, but I think it's like pretty high odds. I say it's high odds. It's like, I think I said 50%, but I think it's actually not 50. I think it's like 40-something% chance for a King's Rock Bullet Seed flinch with Skill Link. Yeah, otherwise, if I get Nuzzled next turn, all that happens is that a turn afterwards, I have to break through the Rock Slide flinch and the Para flinch. That crit might be bad for me. As I said, it depends. As long as Togedemaru survives this turn, it's like, okay. But if it dies, we have a big issue. Okay, that's fine. It does nuzzle into the 2-cannon. Okay. That's not bad. I need to not flinch. Didn't flinch. Oh. That might be bad, actually, still. It kind of depends. I think if they want me to... If they want to, they can kill me now with the Beast Boost attack. Because I don't think the 2 cannons normally get at this point when I've done testing. Oh, one other thing I should have mentioned is... Actually, Earthquake's particularly good in this battle with the rival. Because if the rival Pokemon has Protect, and this Garchomp does have Protect, and you do a move that hits every slot, they will always auto-protect. So, if I Earthquake, the Garchomp will Protect. So I basically make the Garchomp protect what I want it to. The problem is, I don't think I want it to Protect right now, because I think I might die to a Rock Slide, irrespective of what happens there. Because it's being boosted now. So, I think the best course of action, because if the Togedemaru lives, it's not the end of the world. I think I just Brick Break the Stack Attacker again and try and pick up the kill. And if I don't pick up the kill, I need Garchomp to pick up the kill. Please do not be attacking this Togedemaru, by the way. Otherwise, we are losing. That's right, increase your speed in Trick Room. Good idea. So, do I live this? I do just. Okay. I'll take the death. Oh, hold on, actually. Who are you hitting? Okay, it's not actually over yet. I'll play this out. It's awkward, but it's not over. It might end up coming to an Amoonguss sleep turn, actually. Like, this is where Protect would go insane. From me. Yeah, okay. At the very least, though, I've stalled another turn. I don't know how many Origin Pulses you have, but you can't have Infinite, right? So my prediction is that Vaporeon is coming in. Also, we have a Trick Room now. I think we are, right? I'm going to make the world's most bold... Wait, hang on a minute. I don't know how this interacts. Does Skill Swap target slot, right? Not Pokemon. So if they swap, I Skill Swap the Pokemon that swaps in. I might Skill Swap the Garchomp. Because I think it's going to be a Vaporeon. And I really want its ability. It is a... The only issue with that, though, is that... I mean, it doesn't matter. My other issue now is that Togedemaru's alive. I'm going to get paralyzed. I can't stop it, really. I think this is the way I get out of it. Okay, they stayed in. They're a moron. Again, the biggest enemy is my rival. And by my rival, I mean my ally. So, I'm going to give my friend Garchomp Portal Power. So, he might live this turn now. It could actually be a genius strategy. Never mind. He's not living this. So Skill Swap's going to fail, I think. Unless... Okay. We got crit as well. Now it's over. Hey, I got Primordial C. Hooray! I actually forgot that as well. If he dies, it changes the targeting to the only Pokemon on the left. Alright, we'll reset. This is the one. If I get really bored eventually, I'll change to the Assault Vest set, because I think it's more... It's better to watch, honestly. It's less I'm predicting what my ally is going to do, and more I can just tank everything except Tapu Fini. But the annoying thing why I decided to change that moveset as well slightly is that when Tapu Fini and Primal Kyogre come together, my rival is determined to kill Primal Kyogre. They won't touch Tapu Fini, even though it's the scariest Pokemon there, actually, for us both. He just won't do anything about it. Alright, let me speed through this a little bit. Because this is just a set opening at this point. The only thing I need to know is, do I get my berry removed or not? And actually, now I think about it, I can tell. If the Toucan is paralyzed, then I still have a berry. Okay. The berry's gone. Stack Attack It is incoming. We are outcoming. God damn this Togedemaru, so annoying. Trickery result. By the way, this is the situation as well where Wide Guard goes insane. If someone learnt Wide Guard, like Wide Guard Fake Out, we could just stall the Trick Room out. But it's just Guzzlord. Flinch to Togedemaru, please. Excellent. Okay, again, I'm asking you for your services. Please. I could also Earthquake here, pick the kill up early, but I think that's actually a bit dangerous. I think we keep going with this strategy until I get bored. And I'll pick up the kill on Togedemaru instead then. The Toucan lives. The Toucan flinch, which actually isn't a big issue. In fact, that might be the optimum play that the Toucan flinched. I eat my berry. I Earthquake. If we don't Rock Slide flinch here, we're in an incredible position. If we do, we're dead. Okay, hold on a minute. This should pick up a double, I think. The crit surprisingly didn't matter on the 1 HP Togedemaru. So that's the 2 physical attack is dead, which is the only 2 Pokemon that Hooper is particularly scared of. Now, who are we bringing in, my friend? Tapu Fini's coming in, Vaporeon is coming in, and would it be Kyogre? It is. So, the problem I've got now is, I would love to keep this Incineroar alive for the Amoonguss, but I think I've taken too much damage that I can't really justify it anymore. I think I just have to eat the hit. Also, we're in Trick Room still. I have not been paying attention. I don't see if the dimensions twisted. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. If the dimensions have twisted, then I'm going to attack last. If they've not twisted, I'll attack first, I think. Just nothing matters. I mean, I can't use a Fire-type move, I suppose. Brick Kyogre. Oh, it still isn't twisted dimensions. Okay, so the skill swap strategy won't work. Probably now. Because the speed is ordering. Now you attack Tapu Fini, by the way. This isn't bad, though. Because they Natured Madness Vaporeon, but Vaporeon has got Water Absorb, so it's going to heal. Now, I'm telling you where this is all ending up. This is going to end up with my Sneasel needing to hit Icicle Crash on Amoonguss to win the battle. And it's going to miss. So, prepare for an immense, like, dick flattening. It's coming up. We're not going to skill swap because Primal Kyogre attacks first. I'm just going to kill Primal Kyogre this turn, is the grand plan. So I'm going to Grass Knot it, which does about 8% damage. So I think it'll pick up a kill from here. Miss me. Oh, he missed me. There is a god. Hold on a minute. This could be the run. The most clutch miss of all time. Especially because he didn't pick up the kill. That would have been another dick flattening if I just left it on 1 health. Vaporeon, please kill it. Alright, you attacked the wrong Pokemon again. But you know what? I can work with this, because I don't need to win this battle. If my rival wins this battle, that still counts. I was part of the team. I'm actually going to take the kill, or try to take the kill on Tapu Fini here. Because Tapu Fini is the only Pokemon Sneasel cannot kill from here. And Vaporeon can beat Primal Kyogre, I think. So, unless I get crit, I live this. By the way, Portal Power is activated. Still took 6% damage. Please one-shot. I say one-shot, but kill from here. Nice. Huge. Humongous. Speaking of humongous, Among Us is now coming in. And it's a 3v1. Among Us is the last Pokemon. I think I shouldn't lose from here. I don't think it's impossible to lose from here, but I shouldn't lose. Let's just think this logically. So he has a berry that reduces psychic damage. But if I pop it, he will die on the second hit. If he attacks Vaporeon with Giga Drain, then it doesn't matter. He'll get back to full health. Vaporeon will die. But also, it's not a 3v1 now. I think it's a 4v1 because Garchomp is still in the back. So I think there is no loss condition. I just push Psychic. If he spores me, then Vaporeon will Ice Beam it. I guess there's a small world where if the Ice Beam doesn't, like... There's a small world where the Ice Beam doesn't, like, kill from this damage, which I think is like 50% I'm going to do to him. Yeah, 50%. No, there's no world we don't kill, because the Vaporeon's faster. Alright, this probably will kill me, actually. Yeah. Fine, it's okay. And now I just need to put Krampus in for normal mood. What's Portal Power? I think it's a made-up ability for this game. It reduces damage from non-contact moves, but it doesn't say the amount. I think if you read into the file somewhere, it does actually tell you what the amount is. I think it's like 20%. It's that ballpark. It's not 50, because I would have noticed the difference. It'd be Assault Vest, right? But it does take the edge off it. Anyway, we should just Throat Chop here. You told me this was the one you felt it in your rub-up. You're right. That was the one. And that's how you beat that battle. With Mono Dark. And not a what's his name? Choice Scarf. Oh, by the way, this isn't the last battle I have to do up here. There's one more battle I need to do. And also, by the way, I have to fight with my friend again. My friend, quote unquote. But this one, I'm hoping, is not as hard. I've only tested it one time, and I won. But I do think a lot of bullshit happened, so we could be here for some time as well. Hopefully not, though. Let's save the game as well. You know, you never know if something really bad happens. Like a power cut, or me accidentally Xing out the game. Alright, the next Pokemon I need for battle. Actually, before I do this, sorry, I mean, you see the next Pokemon I'm going to be using. Let me just take all these consumables off you because I'll use them later. I say this, I've got like 200 cherry berries. Do I need to save them anymore? Probably not. Alright, Hooper Unbound in the box. Incineroar, get in the box. Best Pokemon in the game, but not for this battle. Right, Weavile, welcome back. Dr. Neocortex, aka Grimmsnarl, welcome back. And Hector Doyle, aka Scrafty, welcome back. Save the game, and I will talk you through the next battle. Right, let me change this across. So the first thing to note is immediately, the rivals Pokemon are the same. So you've already seen the rival Pokemon. So I don't need to talk about them again. Right. So it's another double battle with my rival. The rival controls the Pokemon again. I'm at their whim, really, or their mercy of what they do. The Pokemon they're going to use are Sableye and Nihilego in the lead. They've got a Crocodile, they've got Mega-Beedrill, they have Rotom, Wash, and Yveltal. This guy throughout most of the playthrough has been using Dark-type Pokemon. He's kind of being like a bro to me. And by a bro to me, I mean like he's tried to kill me like multiple times, but you know, he's running Dark-type too. He's like, we're from the same shell, so to speak. We're peas in a pod. I'll also tell you right now, the reason why I was not scared about this battle at all is actually the lead. Unlike the previous battle where the lead was horrible for dark types, this one's actually fantastic because Sableye has got Prankster. The whole point of this Sableye is the Prankster statuses onto me. I'm dark type though. I'm immune to Prankster, so Sableye can't Will-O-Wisp me or Quash me. It can obviously recover, it can also Nightshade me, but other than that, I can ignore it. It's perfect. I could basically, if I could control my rival Pokemon, this wouldn't be a battle. Like, I wouldn't even have to talk through it. It would just be a demolition. Because we could literally just leave the Sableye there and just ignore it, effectively. Until, I guess, my opponents swap them out. But they might not swap them out. The other Pokemon is Nihilego. Nihilego is an extremely... I was going to say fast, but it's actually not that fast. It's fairly fast, but it's got a really high special attack stat. And it's got a pretty high special defensive stat, but it has no attack and no defensive stat. So if you hit this thing with a relatively strong physical move, it's going to fall over. And that's the game plan. I'm going to hit it with a relatively strong physical move. It's actually why I'm using Weavile. I wanted a Pokemon that had Fake Out because it has a Focus Sash and I want to break the Sash. So the whole point is I just fake it out and then hit it with a vaguely strong Ice move. Admittedly, it's Icicle Crash that I'm probably going to use for the stat benefit and the power of the move. I could miss and I could just instantly lose on the spot because it will power gem me back and one-shot me, but I'm going to try and avoid that. It will Beast Boost special attack in case you're wondering, but it won't actually do that because I will kill it before it does anything else. And if it kills one of my Pokemon, I'm resetting. Crocodile has got Intimidate on, which is pretty scary for the Dark types because I've said many times before. A lot of the Dark types are physical attackers, so it is a bit annoying for me to deal with. It's holding a Passion Berry, which means it takes less damage from water type attacks, which is particularly annoying because of, you know, Vaporeon is on my rival's team. That being said, it does still take 2 times damage from Ice type moves, and the Vaporeon's got Ice Beam, so it's not that scary. It has Earthquake, it has Rock Slide, so it's good spread moves. It's fairly quick, so it's somewhat annoying to deal with. But again, if I can get my Weavile in front of it, I outspeed it, and I will one-shot it with an Icicle Crash, assuming I don't miss. So that's probably part of the process of somebody setting that situation up. Mega-Beedrill, actually the scariest Pokemon here for me, potentially. It kind of depends. Mega-Beedrill is kind of, again, a bit like Nihilego. It's famous for being extremely quick, very strong attack stat rather than special attack, no defense, 0 defense, and because it's a Mega Evolved Pokemon, you can't hold a Focus Sash, so you have, like, all this speed, you have all this attack, you've got an adaptability as well, which even boosts your attack further. And if you, like, just hit it, like, vaguely hard, it just falls over. So, it's not a real Pokemon for the most part. However, this Beedrill actually scares me for a few reasons. Firstly, I'm a Dark-type, you know, Mono-type, Dark-type run. And Dark-type is weak to Bug, so an adaptability-boosted Mega Evolved Beedrill with U-Turn actually one-shots a lot of the Dark-type Pokemon. So that's pretty annoying. Also, my rival Pokemon aren't necessarily the best Pokemon. And actually, one of the other issues is, I say, like, a relatively strong move. Sableye, although it can't Will-O-Wisp me, it can Will-O-Wisp my partner, so expect all my partner Pokemon to be on fire, which means they can't actually hit quite as hard as they otherwise would do, which means Beedrill may actually live through an attack, which would be not super ideal. But yeah, as long as I get the right Pokemon in front of Beedrill, we have options to deal with it. It's not as scary, like, to get a Dark type that is not super effective weak to the Bug type. The final two are probably the ones I'm meant to be a bit more concerned about. Rotom Wash, which only has 1 weakness. It would have 2. It would have Ground-type weakness, but it has Levitate, so it only has a Grass-type weakness. Pretty decent special attacker, fairly annoying as a Pokemon. Has Electro Web as well for speed control, which can get really spooky. It also has Will-O-Wisp, and unlike Prankster Sableye, it can burn my Pokemon, which would be fairly annoying. We're going to probably get hit at some point by a raw Hydro Pump and get really salty about it, because if I was going to do that, it would miss. But yeah, just an all-round pretty strong special attacker, and I don't have any great ways to deal with it, because most of my Grass-type Pokemon, they're not that great. Also, what are your speed stats? Sorry, I'm trying to quickly check. Yeah, your speed's okay. I wouldn't say fast, but it's not like, it's not me doing the 100 meters. Finally is Yveltal. I guess this is the true scary Pokemon in the entire squad. It has an Assault Vest. This Pokemon is extremely bulky and actually can pump out decent damage. It has Dark Aura. Dark Aura boosts the power of Dark moves, but again, fortunately for me, and this is kind of why I wasn't super scared about this battle, I'm Dark typing and Dark resist Dark, so we're probably not going to get too much problems from the Dark Aura. The scary thing really is Oblivion Wing. Oblivion Wing is a special attacking flying move which does, in the hands of Yveltal, decent damage, but more to the point, it has like a Drain Punch, like restoring health on it, and we could get stuck in a situation where we just can't kill the Yveltal easily. And with the Assault Vest and its high defense stat, it can just like stay on the field for turn after turn after turn and just be really annoying. It does also have Hidden Power Fighting, which is very unfortunate for me for the Dark type Pokemon I've got, because it does do decent damage, right? Anyway, that is the squad I've got to deal with. I think it's way less scary than the previous one, but I'm not saying we're going to win it first time, but I think we will overcome it eventually. Alright, the Pokemon I am going to use to defeat it, which you've already seen, and I should probably start getting onto the sidebar right now. Sneasel has been replaced by its older brother, Weavile. Incineroar has been replaced by its emo son. What are you called, Scrafty? And then finally, Hooper has been replaced by its follically fabulous friend, Grimmsnarl. Okay, so let me talk about the Pokemon. So, first things first, the lead of this battle is going to be Mike Myers. Mike Myers is holding a Life Orb. It has got Fake Out, and then it's got a relatively strong move in Icicle Crash. Basically, I was looking for a fast Pokemon because Neolego is relatively quick, so I wanted to outspeed it. I wanted a Pokemon with Fake Out and then a move that could one-shot Neolego after the Fake Out, after I broke the Focus Sash. This Pokemon meets the bill. In fact, there's not many other options I've actually got for this, so Weavile straight into the squad. Also, as I said, it's very good into Crocodile, so don't let this Pokemon just die for no reason. We might actually need it down the line. I don't think I want anything else to say special about this. I think it's just max speed, max attack. I basically just use it as a glass cannon every single time. Actually, it's not max speed. I tell a lie. I think this has got adamant. In fact, it definitely has adamant. It's on my screen right now. So it's got a bit more. It's got a bit more oomph than the average Weavile. And with the Life Orb, it's going to hit really, really hard. And again, we don't really care about losing 10% max health every single turn because we died to one-shots anyway. Next on the list, I'll talk about Dr. Neocortex, aka Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl is just here to be like a bit more of a supportive Pokemon. I think in this battle where, I'm not going to say my opposing Pokemon, the opponent Pokemon aren't that scary, but I think they're less scary in the previous battle. There is a bit more like room to help support my allies' Pokemon and try and keep them on the field a little bit longer with like conventional means. For that regard, we have Prankster Grimmsnarl. It's not quite the classic moveset. I've got Reflect, Light Screen, and Spirit Break, which is what you normally run on this Pokemon. I'm actually not running T-Wave because there's so many Dark-type Pokemon on the opposing team, and the ones that aren't Dark-type are, well, one of them is an Electric type, so I can't paralyze it anyway, so I thought I'll just take the T-Wave off. This Pokemon actually in particular is very good versus Yveltal. It could 1v1 it, with Light Screen and Spirit Break also lowering the special attack stat when it hits a Pokemon, and being a Fairy-type move which is super effective to Dark-type. This Pokemon instantly got into a squad just because of its matchup into Yveltal. Power Whip is on this guy purely to hit the Rotom Wash. Does some big damage. That's why I picked Power Whip and not like any of the other moves out there. But again, I didn't really want any targeted Dark moves with Prankster because there's so many Darks on their team that I'm probably not going to be able to hit them with a Prankster-based move, right? Finally, we have Hector Doyle. Oh, by the way, that has Light Clay on it as well to increase the screens. Not unusual. Finally, Hector Doyle, which is Scraggy. Scraggy's got Intimidate because there are a few scary physical attackers out there, namely Beedrill. So I kind of put this Pokemon in the realm of, I need you to beat Beedrill, and this Pokemon should be able to beat Beedrill. Intimidate lowers its attack stat, so it's not quite as scary anymore. It's holding an Assault Vest. If I go in front of the special attackers, it can actually live a few turns. In terms of moves, it's got Drain Punch into Crocodile. That's going to be a one-shot, and Yum 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 on my health back. Has Head Smash, which will just one-shot Beedrill. Also, it will do some big damage to the Yveltal. It's not a one-shot, but it does like 50% damage. It will like absolutely deck me as well at the same time, but you know, decent damage. And I've also got Facade on this. In case it gets burnt at some point by Rotom Wash, it doesn't become completely worthless. Like, it can actually still output a little bit of damage. And of course, we've got the usual Fake Out just to stall the game out a little bit. This Pokemon is surprisingly bulky on the special side, so if we get it in front of Rotom Wash, it can actually do some decent work. What it can't get in front of is Yveltal. If this thing is in front of Yveltal, it's a really, really bad situation. Like, it's actually not winnable, basically. I can take an Oblivion Wing, but it'll just heal so much that it's just GG. Anyway, they're the Pokemon I'm going to go with, and hopefully we will be fine. Again, I think I softened my approach as well when I was, like, designing this battle. But I was like, okay, the previous time I wanted 3 Pokemon that could basically deal with all 6 threats on the opposing team. This time I'm like, my rival, sure they can actually pitch in a little bit and help me here. Maybe they can't, but I'd like to think they can. Alright. Buddy, let's do it. Alright, we are leading with Mr. Myers. We are bringing Grimmsnarl, we are bringing Scrafty. That's quite nice as well. The Scrafty is a Scrafty I bred specifically for Head Smash. And I thought I was never going to use it after this, and it turned out for this battle, I actually needed the Head Smash one again, so I got it back out of the box. Also, I forgot to mention the previous battle, that Sneasel, I forgot what it was even called now. Your name, I forgot of it. That was like the original Sneasel I caught. I just buffed it back up again, so I reused it. Anyway. I need to clap the cheeks of that, which I'm not sure has any cheeks at all, to be honest with you. Other things that can be nice, because this damage is like actually just completely irrelevant, to be honest with you. Oh, I say that, I probably can get away with a Throat Chop now. I'm actually trying to Throat Chop this thing. I've not done the calc, but it surely does like 15 damage. If it missed Will-O-Wisp from the Toucan, it's actually pretty big for me. Oh my god, it didn't even do it. Okay, that's honestly fine. Any turn I'm not getting Will-O-Wisp, I'm actually thrilled by that outcome. Okay, I'm going to Throat Chop Neolego, because it almost certainly dies from here, the Throat Chop. This has to go into Toucanon. So the Toucanon now is completely worthless. It's just here as a pulse. And what I really want the rival not to do here, please just don't keep attacking this Sableye the entire game. It's so bad to me if you do that. Okay, Rotom Wash. What are you going to do to me? Let me actually pull up the cheat sheet. Because I said, I've only practiced this battle one time, I won it, and I was like, we're good to go. There's a shout to be made here that Hector Doyle might be the best course of action, but if I use Hector Doyle, I need to keep him alive because he needs to fight Beedrill. But I doubt this thing can do a lot of damage to me. And if I lose speed, who cares? The burn would be annoying. I'm a bit concerned I'm going to get Will-O-Wisp, but if I'm getting Will-O-Wisp, I'm unhappy every single way. Alternatively, I Dr. Neo Cortex. Set up Light Screen. Actually, I don't hate that. Let's go into Neo Cortex. We'll play by ear a bit here. That I have no no issues with whatsoever. Goodbye, bird. And if you've... Oh, you Nightshaded. I was going to say, if you've quashed me, it won't work. Why Garchomp, though? Alright, let me set up Light Screen. I suspect Garchomp's about to get Hydro Pumped, but I could be wrong. It's also going to get Bird. I'm pretty certain, by the way, I think I checked for a Pokemon that in the Dark-type category that learns Safeguard, and either there's not one, or it's like Umbreon or something, which didn't really help me here. So I need to, like, Pranks to Safeguard. I don't think that exists in the Dark category, at least. Alright, good. You brought Garchomp in to get burnt and swapped him instantaneously. Good idea. Sableye's recurring, but again, I just don't care what the Sableye does. I can kill the Sableye at some point at the end. We dodged a Hydro Pump. Huge. And Rotom is dead without the Aguava Berry triggering it either. And we've got a screen up. Everything's coming up. Millhouse. Alright, that is not coming up Millhouse. This is the one Pokemon that can't be in front of Beedrill. It's kind of nice, like Grimmsnarl and Hector Doyle are doing, like, you know, the Super Omega handshake thing. Cortex can't deal with the Beedrill. Hectodile can. Hectodile can't deal with the Yveltal. Grimmsnarl can. So they're like buddies in arms. And we swap out. We get the Intimidate on the Beedrill. Doesn't really matter in Sableye, of course, but we've done it, I suppose. My guess is U-turn is incoming. This might be U-turn into Yveltal, to be fair, so it might still not be great for me, but... I can't complain that they've not missed a Will-O-Wisp. Holy shit, you poison jabbed me. That's actually pretty big. The U-turn would have been annoying. You might still do U-turn, to be fair, but if you U-turn into Yveltal and I head smash you, you're going to have a bad time. You're going to have a bad time. Now, I will concede, I might die this turn to the head smash recoil, but as soon as this B is off the board, I may also miss the move and lose because of that. I actually forgot you're not 100% accurate move. I also should have faked out. I don't know why I didn't fake out the first turn. It kind of doesn't matter, but I should have done it. But again, my rival at any point... Okay, we lose this, I think, now. My rival at any point could have attacked this Beedrill and recognized the Sableye can't do anything to you anymore. But nope, it's decided that it's gonna 1v1 Sableye. It's gonna put a burn on this guy. And then who's gonna be laughing? That's right, my opponent. Because it's done no damage for like 3 turns. Right. Oh, and by the way, the Beedrill, well, Mega Beedrill, there is no Dark-type Pokemon that outspeeds it. It doesn't exist. I'm not sure Fake Out does anything for me here. Like, if it swaps, it's just a waste of damage. I think this one-shots. It does. So, my issue right now is I need my rival, aka my partner, to kill Mega Beedrill for me at some point. If that happens, the game is winnable again. But they are determined to kill this Sableye. Because, yeah... Do I think Poison Jab's going to be incoming? I mean, it doesn't matter. Funnily enough, this is the situation where I nearly kept T-Wave on the Pokemon. I'm going to protect. I'm going to believe the Vaporeon kills Sableye or hits Beedrill this turn. Gets a burn. If he gets a burn, then maybe we can win this. Right, it's just doing recover spam. It has been the entire game. Vaporeon, are you learning? Nope, no learning. It's just slowly dying to burn. Alright, now, now the bad timeline. I think I have to go into Dr. Neocortex here. And assume U-turn's incoming again. So this won't do a lot of damage. Oh my god, you know, all the damage. Adaptability, bug type move on a Mega Beedrill, scary. You are actually pure scum, by the way, Vaporeon. I'm outsped, I think, by this Yveltal as well, so I'm just going to light screen. But it's GG. This Vaporeon has, for the last 7 or 8 turns, just done the same thing, and it's going to die to burn. Or to a Heat Wave. Alright, Garchomp, let's see what you can do now, buddy. Actually, Mega Garchomp could probably kill the Beedrill, but it's going to have to. It's the only Pokemon that's going to be left in a second. Alright, if we're going to win this, I need to flinch Yveltal. Multiple times, probably. First and foremost, let's clap his cheeks. You absolute fucking asshole of a Pokemon. What the fuck are you doing? Rival, what are you doing? Alright, time to flinch. I actually don't have enough health to win this anymore. I'll die to Life Orb, even if I get the flinches now. I'm actually balding out of control right now. I mean, I just have to kill this thing. I think it'll die to a throat chop from here. That's irrelevant. But I'm dying to the Life Orb. I'm dying to the Beedrill. I can't believe this Sableye is going to win this battle. Effectively. By the way, this Garchomp has Earthquake, but he won't use it because it'll kill me. So it's stuck doing Dragon Rush. Alright, there's no win condition anymore. I guess I protect, because that won't trigger Life Orb. And I assume the Beedrill's coming after me. It'll give the Garchomp a chance to do something this battle. It's irrelevant. We actually just don't have the health to win this anymore. I'm so disgusted with my partner. Oh, now you attack the Beedrill. Good. Still didn't one-shot it, sadly, because you were burnt. But if you weren't burnt, it would be dead. Actual monster. You actual scumbag monster person. I am going to obliterate you in the post-game when I rebattle you. Wait, do I rebattle you? Actually, I don't think I rebattle this guy. You absolute asshole. I mean, to be fair, if I didn't miss Head Smash, I also would have won that, I think, but all you had to do was either get a burn or attack the other Pokemon and we would have won. But no, I can't roll the 10% burn, like, after 12 attacks. I can't target the Beedrill. God forbid. Now I've got my second question. Do I actually have to kill this Sableye because my rival is just going to be so moronic, it's just going to hit it every single turn? Is that where we are now? Either way, this is the opening. If the Toucannon gets burnt, I don't care. Right, Toucannon, you're burnt. I might have to run the Calco Throat Chop this time. I doubt it kills from beyond 50. Also, God forbid you use a 75 accurate move. Hold on a sec. Neolego, Weevil, I'm level 61. Throat Chop will do 70% damage. Is that really true, or are you lying to me? Pokemon damage calculator on Showdown. It's saying it's the honest truth. Quash does not matter here. Okay, good. He wasn't lying. Or he was and it was more, I suppose, but that didn't matter. Okay, would you like me to kill the Sableye rival, just so you have to deal with this piece of shit Pokemon? Maybe I'll do it. I thought we could just leave it here and ignore it. Yveltal is here. Wait, Dark Aura boosts my Dark-type moves as well, right? It's just all the board gets Dark-type boosted, I think. I kind of want to just send an Icicle Crash into it, but... Alright, I'm going to save my rival a headache. I'm going to Throat Chop the Sableye. I'm probably taking a death because of it. I think a Heat Wave is incoming. Oh my god, it lived. It's going to recover as well. Okay, a bit of good fortune for me. I will concede. We dodged a Heat Wave. Let's go, Toucannon. You fucking did it. After 2 battles, you finally killed this ghost. This spooky ghost. Alright, now I have to deal with a real Pokemon in the other slot, which is the downside to this. And I don't think Mike Myers can swap anymore, because I don't think I can take a double from... well, I don't really want to take a double in Grimmsnarl, and it will be Heat Wave plus... It could be Hydro Pump, but that's actually pretty big damage. So I'm going to Icicle Crash Yveltal and just hope we flinch. Otherwise, it's great damage. Flinch. That's gonna kill 2 cannon, but maybe not me. Flinch. Okay, whatever. To be fair, I think with actually the speed drop, I was slower than the Yveltal now, so it was kind of pointless. So, I've now created a different, small issue. I actually don't know how to kill the Yveltal anymore. I know it sounds stupid, but it's going to Oblivion Wing something, and I'm going to have a really bad day. I need my rival to bring in Garchomp and attack the Yveltal and kill the Yveltal. Nothing else is acceptable. My best play is to bring in Dr. Neocortex and Light Screen just to reduce any potential healing from Oblivion Wing. Good. My rival, attack the Yveltal and kill it. Do not be a dribbler here. I know you want to be, but don't dribble. Like, put a bib on. I screen my guy. Fucking, he's throwing that bib right across the room. Okay, get an Oblivion Wing, which is actually a blessing in disguise. Garchomp, what is your move pool? Sorry, I know you got Earthquake, you got Protect. What's your other move? You don't even have Earthquake, you have Stomping Tantrum. You've got Crunch! I mean, I guess Crunch is going to do a lot. Oh my god, your move pool is actually heinous. Alright, well, I really would like to Power Whip this. Please hit it this time and please kill it. Please kill. If you don't kill, I'm going to actually, like, crash out. Alright, good. Yveltal's dead. So now, Scrafty's in a prime position to take over the game. They missed a Hydro Pump, which is pretty nice. I missed the Power Whip. All swearing. War, it turns out. Alright, Beedrill's here. I have to leave. That's irrelevant. That isn't irrelevant. Now, the question is, are you U-turning? Because actually, that would be pretty good. Because if you U-turn, you have to U-turn into Crocodile, and I would like to fight Crocodile. Not its Poison Jab. This fucking Pokemon. This Pokemon, what is wrong with it? What is wrong with your Pokemon? Fuck! Okay, that was my rival. That's fine. Okay, we're good. I was concerned about the swap there, because I wanted to catch the Crocodile and swap with a Drain Punch if that was happening. But otherwise, I wanted to just lower the Beedrill's health a little bit. Right, please don't miss this time. Please, no misses. I'm actually okay with this. You kill the Beedrill. Okay, we're fine. Kill the Beedrill, and I think Grimmsnarl can clear from here. Actually, I say that. Actually, Grimmsnarl might not be able to kill from here. It'll be close. This is also scary now, because if Crocodile Earthquakes, it's a Levitate Pokemon adjacent to it. And I can't dodge an Earthquake. I also can't really swap, so I'll just hope that he's doing something different. Yeah, okay. I expected that. So we're not quite out of the woods, I think. We would be if Garchomp could actually, you know, use its moves. This should do big damage. I'm very on board with what the Vaporeon rival's doing. I treat them as different personalities at this point. Oh, don't flinch the Vaporeon. Oh, that might kill. Does this kill? If we hadn't missed the grass thing, we would be so good. Do I set up screen here? So I'm slowing them both their Pokemon. It's almost certainly going to the Garchomp. The Garchomp's going to get an attack. I think the Garchomp is going to attack Crocodile. And leave Rotom. I think we Power Whip the Rotom, because I think it's a one-shot. I just assume Garchomp can kill Crocodile, which is a big assumption. Okay, I think as long as I don't miss Power Whip or it hits me with a crit, we should be fine. I think this would have to crit to kill me. Even a crit wasn't killing me. Grimmsnarl? Oh my god, that didn't do as much damage as I thought. Oh, we had Light Screen up still, okay. I'm just going to reset up Light Screen then. We have multiple win conditions now. Who would have thought that Garchomp would have got the final kill? Not I. I was not a believer in that Garchomp. Okay, we got it on the second attempt. That's not bad. And I think I'm done with this mountain. Metagrossite, I don't have that Pokemon. In case you're wondering as well, if you're watching this like for the first time like this series, I would have meant to be starting with Beldum, but I swapped it for a Dark-type Pokemon. So the game's like, oh, you need this, right, for your Pokemon? No, I don't. Sadly, I don't need it. Right. I believe now we can fly to... Oh my god, look at that. I can go fight the 8th gym. We can fly to here. Also save the game, buddy. What are we doing? Will you push this save button? There you go. Okay. And I'll create another save state just in case something really weird happens. Okay. Perfect. This actually opens up quite a lot of stuff for the game for me as well. I say that. It's not that much. One of those battles, I really wanted to use a Sun strategy with Solar Beam, and it turns out Solar Beam is on this next route, and I couldn't get to it. So I was like, I could have done another strategy, but I just didn't have access to Solar Beam. But once I beat the 8th gym, then my chances of getting a focus... No, not focus. A Choice Scarf goes up by 5 times. So I might actually get one of them. Alright, let's change the party to be... something different. And by different, I mean... ideally good, because I do need to get through this route still, but... Oh, weird. That's a bug. If you... Hold on a second. If you mass move Hooper, it unbinds it. Or binds it again, I suppose. Hang on a sec. Because someone fucked it up right. I can just use the item on it again. And you're still... Just one last check. Do you want to quickly check what your ability is? Portal power. Okay, that's fine. No problems then. Hooper, I'm going to put you back in the box, though. I know we've not really seen too much of you yet, but at the same time, I guess anytime I put you in the box, you unbind. Okay, fair enough. Or you rebind. I think that we're going to see a lot of you coming forward. I suspect you're going to be the Elite 14, funnily enough. Okay, let's get all these guys out. I think let's bring some of the Pokemon that we caught recently but didn't get to use too much of. And then we'll go from there. In particular, I want to bring Bishop, but specifically the shiny one I got, which I wanted to use for one of those battles, but I just couldn't get the thing for you. I couldn't get the why do you want to call it Focus Ash? I couldn't get the Choice Scarf here. I couldn't get you a scarf. But I really love the shiny Bishop. It's such a good color scheme. I wish King Gambit was in this game. Like shiny King Gambit as well. Really good. Really good shiny. Sadly, you're stuck in that form. We'll use Houndoom as a fire type, because again, kind of not as good as some other ones out there. Let's put it that way. Who else did I get recently? We got Absol recently. T1000. Let's bring the T1000 out on patrol. Should we bring Ninsley as well? Should we bring everyone that's not really a true villain? It's just my chat that... Oh, namely subs in my chat. Then I got shinies and named them as villains. Let's do that. And I kind of want to bring you, Smaug. But I will say, I really need you to level up one more time, so I kind of don't think I use you yet. I know you beat the bill of a new Pokemon that I've not really used yet, but you become a real Pokemon at level 64. Until then, you're not a real Pokemon. Sadly. Alright. So I need to bring a Pokemon that knows Surf as well. Let's bring Sharpedo. And I think that's all I need. Surf Pokemon. I've got a Fly Pokemon as well, I suppose. I could bring a different flying Pokemon, but we'll go with this. I think the level cap's been removed as well, from what I remember. What is your move pool, by the way? Sure. You know what? I don't know what I was expecting. I will give you some black glasses. By the way, I really tried to get this item. Look at all these random things I've got down here that I got from raid dens. I just didn't get the one I wanted. Flame orbs. I got like 3 choice bands. Not the right choice thing. Oh well. Alright, let me reorganize this. What are you holding? Citrus berry. What's your move pool right now? Oh, you have Taunt and Screech. I'm just gonna give you boring stuff. I'll give you a Metal Coat, I think. Do I have one? I have 6 of them. And I'll give you... Do I have a Quick Claw? I'll give you a Quick Claw if I've got one. You might need a little speed boost. An RNG speed boost. Do I not have one? It's probably on a Pokemon in my box then. I definitely have one. Whoops. That's not how you do that. I don't got the Quick Claw. Who? Oh, it's you. That was oddly easy to find. We'll go with this. Not the best moveset on you. I probably would like to turn you to an Assault Vest set, but I have not got time for that. Which actually is a lie. I have like an hour and something, so I do have time for it, but I can't be bothered. Oh, I forgot as well. You changed the sidebar. Right. That's the downside of just changing everything. Right. Sharpedo. Houndoom's already on there, right? Yeah, you are. This is a good memory test. I've got Bisharp. I've got Skuntank.
I will do my best to save him, my lord.
Ned Strongborn, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Who's the last guy? Oh, it's Absol. Right. Who's Megastone? I can't get till the post game. It's kind of a shame he's Megastone's actually in that mountain I just was, but you need to be in the post game to actually solve the puzzle to get to it. Furfrou, a Pokemon I only know has different styles and nothing else about it. Right. I'm actually intrigued to see if we actually do get a functioning Sun mode as well in a second. I say in a second. I don't know exactly where Solar Beam is on the route, but it's on this route. Because I think Gaston learns Solar Beam, which then in the Sun means it has Solar Power, Solar Beam for coverage. We have good fire moves. We have Fiery Wrath, which is a pretty good dark move. I'm shocked that Furfrou is faster than Mega Houndoom, by the way. I'd never have guessed that. I feel like one of those things where I think like Miltank is faster than Mega Rayquaza or something like that. Like, how's this happened? Who allowed this to occur? Taurus I can somewhat accept. To be fair, I was kind of like... I kind of assumed when I locked in, it's like, hang on a minute, Taurus is actually notoriously quite quick. Maybe Mega Houndoom's just slow. That's in the focus for you, baby. No, it works, but... in my head canon, that's how that worked. We were focusing so hard we couldn't be confused. Okay, this is the... What a nightmare Pokemon for this guy. Do I want to try and fight Mudsdale? Which almost certainly has stamina. I've brought a special attacker this time. That's not quite true. Let me see what Xerath can do here. One of the big things is, I think the level cap's been raised, right? Actually, I didn't notice it. Was I getting 1 experience or more? Anyway, if the level cap's up, this Pokemon gets Oblivion Wing at level 62, which would have been quite nice. Don't have Rock Slide. That's probably still really bad. It's pretty bad. Flinch Spam. Wait, are you the one that flinches? I can't remember. Or you're the one with increased crit chance, right? I'm mixing you up with the other one. I mean, you have a flinch chance, to be honest with you. Well, that was crit damage, so I might need more. I'll try Dark Pulse. There's too many moves with air in the name. Same with ice as well. There's too many moves with ice in the name. Ice Beam, Ice Punch, Ice... Wait, it's called Icicle Spinner, right? Same thing, honestly. Please. Please. Alright, let's go. Let's go heal the Houndoom. Oh, by the way, there's no more Dark types I catch before the Elite Four now. That's the other thing I wanted to check, which is why I was like checking, do I get Hooper now? It's like, oh, I do get Hooper. My notes did say I should have it now. Everything else is in post-game. So we're going to have to beat the Elite Four with this squad of Pokemon. Oh, I didn't check. Whoop, just quickly get a battle, please, buddy. Did I get real experience for this? Just kill it. No, so the level cap's still in effect, which is really bad because it means I have to do the next gym at this level cap. Okay, that's fine. It's not, but we'll just say it is fine. Nope, never. Nope, not possible. Actually, not possible. So, the only quest in this game you can't possibly do, ignoring the quest you can't do on monotype runs because of the monotyping restriction. That quest is bullshit. Out of interest, what is this Pokemon? Sure, it's not a Dark type, I would have definitely written it down. It's not, it's Dubwool. Who honestly, I think should get a Dark, like, form in the future. Like, I think they should have, like, the black sheep in the family, a play on that. Right, I always get lost. Well, I say I'll get lost. One of them's the real path, one's not the real path. I think this might be the not real path. Also, probably shouldn't have fought the fisherman with my fire type in the lead, but hey ho. And even told me Quillfish stuff. Not the cool one, though, that we've got. I believe in you, Houndoom. I think Mega Evolve Fiery Wrath will kill this Pokemon. Otherwise, you're going to probably die. But yeah, in the next battle, I really wanted to use Hydreigon, so I'm kind of upset that I can't Mega Evolve. I can't evolve my Zweilous. Because now I'm in the same situation in the book playthrough. I don't think there's many Stage 3 Dark types in my party right now. I mean, literally looking at the board I've got right now, I have none of them. But I'm trying to think of, like, who I've actually got. I've got Shiftry, but that's not exactly the Dark 3-stage Pokemon you want to use in this next battle. Well, ironically, who else do I have? I guess Obstagoon. I might have to look this up in a minute. I think you want me to beat every train on this route or something. I can't remember. I can't think of any more, actually, that I've got. Because I could theoretically have had T-Tar, but I don't have T-Tar. Not going to get T-Tar right now. We've checked for Megas, so Megas don't count as another stage, so this is not one of them. I actually can't think of any. Alright, let me get through this battle quickly. Miltank, oh my god. Oh, you're fast. I just talked about the speed of Miltank and I said you're faster than me. Oh my god, that was a lot of damage. A name that sends a shivered out the spines of many children. And by children, I mean people around the age of 36. And even then, honestly, Miltank wasn't that scary. I'm just gonna say it. I get, as a child, why it could be a little bit spooky, but as long as you don't let it get rolling out. By the way, why are you critting every single turn? As long as you don't let it roll out, like, out of control, that Pokemon was not that scary. It was fairly bulky, and I guess it had Milk Drink as well, right? The original one. I also like that people go like, oh, you guys were scared of this, and they showed the clip from Heart Gold. It's like, no, that one's not scary, because, like, Pokemon was refined at this point. We have the physical special split and things like that. We have abilities. Back in Gold Silver, OG Gold Silver, it was the Wild West out there. Hyper Beam with a physical move. Crabapple was special. Miltank was easy. I mean, again, like, if you have just... It kind of depends what type of child you were. If you're going around, like, catching all the Pokemon, leveling them all up to, like, a certain level, trying to not over-level, like, you were fine. Literally cool saying what I'm about to say. If you were one of those people that just over-leveled one Pokemon, then obviously it was fine, because, like, that's just the solution to the game, right? You just over-level a Pokemon and just run around the map, destroying everyone. In which case, it's not scary. But I can't even remember what Pokemon you could get before that route. Like, I don't think you had access to, like, rock types or maybe fighting types. I can't remember. Anyway, let me just quickly use the bathroom. I'll be back in a second on YouTube. Alright, YouTube, I'm back. Also, I just had a quick look in the little mini break as well, just out of interest for dark types for third stages. I'm just going to clarify something while I'm here. The next big gym battle, which we might actually not get to in this episode, it'll probably be the next episode, but it has a devolution mechanic. Your Pokemon devolves through the battle as it gets knocked out until you go to the first stage, or basic stage, whatever it's called, and then when you get knocked out, you're actually fully knocked out. For that battle, because there's a few Dark-type Pokemon that are 3 stages, and they lose Dark-typing after they go through one of the evolutions, or devolutions in this case, I'm going to include them. Basically, it means that not only do I have Obstagoon, not only do I have... I can't remember. Oh, Shiftry. We'll include Incineroar, we'll include Hisuian Samurott in this, so I have 4 Pokemon, even though they lose the Dark typing as they devolve. I think that's very fair. And as I was just talking to the chat who agree with me on this one, at least Twitch do, maybe YouTube you don't. I didn't use Mega-Gyarados on this playthrough, because Gyarados isn't a Dark type, but Mega-Gyarados is a Dark type. But basically, if it started as a Dark type, I was fine. If it didn't become a Dark type via some, like, cheat code, then I didn't accept it. So, I think it's in keeping with the spirit of what I'm doing. Also, I forgot about Crocodile. which I don't think loses dark typing, but, you know, it's another third stage. So actually, we've got quite a few Pokemon we could pick from. Oops. Oh, by the way, so other real bullshit about this. I've never really interacted with this Magnolia Cafe, but I believe there's different battles on different days and different times of the day as well. And you get rewards for doing them, but most of them are pretty, like, mediocre. Some of them, though, are Pokemon. One of them, and this is the other way to get this, is Froakie, which actually becomes a Dark-type Pokemon. But this battle doesn't appear in the pre-game, it only appears in the post-game, so you can't get Froakie till the post-game, which I think is kind of bullshit. Admittedly, I was like looking at the notes, and just like delving deep into the Pokemon Unbound notes, and apparently the reason is Protean, it's really hard to code against Protean, and your rival, or opponent Pokemon, sorry, they really don't like deal with it very well, so you can like loop them very easily, which is why I don't give it till the post-game, at which point they're like, you know, just go at it. But I was kind of looking forward to using Greninja. Anyway, we'll get it soon. I say soon. I do have to beat the 8th gym and the Elite Four, but after that, we'll get it. Actually, I'm also going to switch my party around. Let's lead with, not you. Let's lead with you. Because Absol, no offense, buddy, but I don't think you're going to see a lot of play on this playthrough. Even when I get to the post-game, I don't think you're seeing much play. Beck has an Unfezant. That is a male, I think. Yes. I am going to set up on you. You're doing Razor Wind, I think. Bold strategy. I know I can Sucker Punch you. I could also Detect you, but how much does this do? Okay, I thought so. You have one thing going for your Absol. Your attack stat is pretty good. Now, are you going to do the same thing? I'm just going to Detect and see what you do. No, you actually have a real Flying type move that isn't... Actually, Razor Wind's not even a Fly type move, right? It's normal or something weird like that. Unless it wasn't Razor Wind. I wouldn't know... Wait, I just saw it. That's twice. I'm stupid. I wouldn't know what Razor Wind does because I've never clicked the button since... Literally Pokemon Red and Blue, where I got, you know, a Pidgeot. It's like, oh, it's like Razor Wind. What does this do? You push the button and wait for a turn and get KO'd by every other Pokemon in the game. Like, oh, thank you, Pokemon Company. You made a horrible move. That isn't Flying type, I think. As I said, I'm pretty sure it's Normal type. Oh, it's a raid then. It's the one raid den I've not done today, because I didn't get here. Where's my Hyper Potions? In fact, I need Max Potions, right? Nope. A Hyper would have been good, but whatever. It's Miltank in the raid den. You know what? I'll do it. Imagine this gives me... I don't know if it does give me this, but imagine this is Choice Scarf. Imagine the content. I guess I'll just do this. Also, I have to do max raid battles with the speed up button. I'm sorry, it's just too slow. Also, you don't get to see Dynamax votes to the playthrough because it's literally just used in raid dens, plus like 1 or 2 really hard battles. I had such an axe to grind against Dynamax as well. I've kind of said it before, I think, on my ramblings, but as a mechanic, I was, like, okay with it. I think it looks kind of stupid, but I was, like, okay with it. But its application in the game itself, in Pokemon Sword and Shield, was so horribly done. Like, I just don't know what the fuck they were thinking. It, like, actually irritates me. The fact that you can only Dynamax in certain battles, right? Certain key battles. Okay, that's annoying, but whatever. It's pageantry or something. But the fact that you couldn't use your Gigantamax Pokemon unless you caught them in a raid den first was actually moronic. Like, actually seriously moronic. I played through Sword and Shield. I say Sword and Shield. I played through Sword. And I never once Gigantamaxed the Pokemon. I Dynamaxed the Pokemon, but I never got the Gigantamax special boost. So I don't know what most of them do. Well, I do know what some of them do, but like, I know what the good ones do, but I don't know what the bad ones do. They made it as hard as possible to get, like, the key mechanic of the game. Imagine if Megastones were, like, locked into the post-game or something, or Z Crystals were in the post-game. Like they are in this game. It'd just be idiotic. Also, to be fair, there is one Z Crystal you can get before the Elite Four. It is... I forgot how you call them now. Z Ice, is it? I don't know what it's actually called. Icium Z? It's Icium Z, right? You can get Icium Z in the Victory Road, so that's a big get. Alright, Moo Moo Milk. A Choppleberry. Pomegberry. And... nothing. Okay. The game's not on the same content farm as I was. Also, there's Solar Beam. So... where's my... there it is. TM case. Where's Solar Beam? So Solar Beam is going to go onto you, but now I need someone to set up Sun for you. Which is very awkward because I don't have a Drought Dark type Pokemon. So someone has to manually set up Sun for you. Which probably has to be a vaguely quick Pokemon, but the reason I'm kind of excited about the Sun mode as well is that I've got Chlorophyll Dark type Pokemon as well. For example, the Keeper. I think it is a Chlorophyll Dark type Pokemon. And we're going to double speed boost. So I really do have, like... I have a Sun mode potentially for the Dark team, but I just need something that sets up the Sun. I don't know if Grimmsnarl can do it. I do know for a fact that the Resident Bird, Murkrow, can do it with Prankster. So it might be a Murkrow just does that. Maybe we get a special Murkrow that is specifically the Weather Murkrow, the Weather Bird. I'll fight you. There's really no benefit because I'm on the level cap anyway. Have a held item. Damn it. Ah, okay, we played around Destiny Bonds. I'm a genius. I always confuse Destiny Bonds. So Destiny Bonds, I can't kill this thing until it gets another turn, right? That's the counterplay to this. So I should just Swords Dance. So now Destiny Bond is not in effect. It did nearly kill me though. But I can Sucker Punch it. And I don't die, I think. Perfectly played. Oh, I did see, because Pokemon Champions is, as I'm recording this, it's coming out in like 9 days. More like 8 days, to be honest with you. I did see that there was some Pokemon move. It's been so funny. Like, because Pokemon Company just doesn't want to like release any information about their like biggest game, arguably of all time. Depending on where your opinions are on VGC, but if VGC is going to push on to be like a real thing, it's like a big esport. And I think it has the potential to become like a really, really big esport. Which is kind of surprising for Pokemon because it's such a huge franchise. The esports side of things has never been like massive, but it's getting bigger and bigger and snowballing as well, especially with like certain creators in the scene. And they just refuse to release any details, but I did see that Incineroar, the best Pokemon in the game, has lost knockoff, right? So, like, the creators are like, they were sneaking information out of the prison cell when they went to, like, Mr. Pikachu's company. And they're like, holy shit, like, I looked through Incineroar, and it doesn't have knockoff anymore. And someone else was like, I looked through this Pokemon, it has Drizzle. We can't tell anyone, we can't take pictures, because it's all top secret, even though it's coming out in 8 days, and it'd be nice for people to know what Pokemon were in the game if they're gonna do it. If he wants to be a real eSport, he'd hire me as a commentator. Otherwise, he won't make it. If I can imagine me as a commentator. Oh, this Pokemon can't attack anymore. I don't understand. What happened, Old Man Chris? What happened on this turn? I don't understand how Destiny Mod works. How did this Pokemon die? You know what? Please don't Stone Edge me. The regular man saying what everyone's thinking. I was actually thinking something to do with VGC. There is some tells, right? Clearly Pokemon like Ogapod can't be in the new game, right? Because it requires terrestrialization to, like, function as a Pokemon. So surely it's out. Unless they're just gonna have base form, which isn't completely against the grain of Pokemon. It's a bit like Eternatus has got Dynamax Cannon, which was more damage to Dynamax Pokemon, but it's in a game right now where there's no Dynamaxing, so it's basically just a move. But I feel like Ogapod is so, like, the mechanic itself is so integral to the actual Pokemon that surely it's not in this game, or at least it won't be until they bring back the terrestrialization. But I don't know what to make of it right now. I think this game, people keep saying, oh, sorry, I'm trapping myself over multiple things right now. People keep saying this is not a game that's like counter Showdown. I'm convinced you're wrong. Like, I'm absolutely convinced that part of the reason the Pokemon Company's doing this is that they want a bit of that pie. They've seen how popular Showdown is on the internet. And they can't really say, like, stop using Showdown because, like, all the professionals in the VGC scene use it to prep their team. So they're like, okay, we're going to make a rival thing, which is what the whole game window is going to be. The whole game area is going to be about this thing. And at some point, they're going to go, hey, Mr. Showdown, stop that. Like, we don't need you anymore. You're infringing on our IP. Go away. I'm absolutely convinced this is going to happen. But the game is going to live and die, and, you know, Showdown potentially die by how easy it is to get Pokemon into that game. And I'm really concerned from the things I've seen, they're not making it as easy as it could be. But I'll see. I kind of want to check it out on the release, but I've not quite decided how I'm going to do it. Firstly, because I've not got a Switch 2, I've got a Switch 1. Which, to be fair, I believe it does work on the Switch 1 as well, but, you know, it's going to run slower on the Switch 1, and I'm not about getting a Switch 2 just for Champions. Also, I don't have every single Pokemon game in existence, so I don't want to get into a situation where it's like, oh, I don't have this Pokemon game, I can't get, you know, Urshifu. Like, I don't want to buy a expansion pass just to get Urshifu in an entire game, although I do actually own the game, but I don't have the battle pass. I don't want to get this game just for Urshifu. Like, that's one of the things that put me off playing, like, VGC, is that I just can't be asked getting through, like, these, oh, you need to go to this special event to get this Pokemon here, and oh, you want this limited time max IV, I don't know, walking wake, you can only get it right now. It's just like, I don't know, just an endless grind. I don't think the monetization already, like, exists in Pokemon Home, right? If you use Pokemon Home, you have to pay a subscription. If you want to use Nintendo Online, you have to pay a subscription, which is, to be fair, used in other games, but still, it adds up to the price. You have to then buy the games, and then, even then, like, you think, okay, if I get it into the game, surely I can just twiddle all the knobs, which actually would be a pretty big deal, because changing things inside the game engine normally pretty tedious, right? But from what I've seen and like of the ability to get this currency to change the things in the game, it feels like it's gonna be a real ball ache. I'm telling you right now, if there's a massive ball ache, you're gonna know about it. People are gonna complain like there is no tomorrow about it. Pokemon could be the only one with access to the gimmick. I doubt they'll do that. I'm pretty certain they've confirmed it's just going to be Mega Evolution and there won't be terrestrialization on the beginning. They could, I was going to say, they could give it Mega Stone, but that would be really weird. So yeah, I assume it's not going to be in the game. But yeah, they've not released like what's going to be in the game. People are like, oh, I'm really excited to do this team on day one. What Pokemon are in the game? Pokemon Company is like, don't tell them. It's like, no, you're meant to be building hype. Tell people what the Pokemon are. People prepare teams. Like, they'll get stuff in Pokemon Home ready. No, we need to be sneaky about this. Like, you don't understand. I don't think you understand. You should be telling people. You should be building hype. There's a week till the game comes out. Anyway. Use some kind of Pokemon you're fighting, then throw a netball at it for a super easy catch. Einstein, is that you? I'd rather just throw countless... Oh, I've got 94. I'd just rather throw quick balls at them and then timer balls until they go into the... until they go into the ball, to be honest with you. Right. I can't remember if there's actually anything that useful at this place. Oh, one thing I will say is there's a TM down here, I think it is. It's like here. Nope. Where is it? There's a TM in this place I always miss. And it's like, is it here? Yeah. The most obvious place, and it's actually quite useful TM. Maybe not for the dark type Pokemon, but it comes onto the radar occasionally. And I'm always like, where is this TM? And I forget it's here. You sell eggs. Or I can sell eggs to you, sorry. The gym is here. There's a person here that gives you money if you do, like, run a few steps, he'll give you some money, but it's, like, so meaninglessly small that it's not worth ever doing. Alright, I think we're actually at the gym. So let's at least unlock the gym leader. I'm also going to change my party slightly. Actually, I'm going to change my party slightly. Can I be bothered? I was like, I can put Incineroar into the squad for a fire type. You know, I can put you in for some rock type moves as well. But do I care? Because I'm definitely not bringing you. You're 4 times weak to bug. We haven't really fucked around with Muck too much, but I think there's a reason I've not done that. It's really weird. I feel like the dark type playthroughs right now. When I did the bug playthrough, I used almost every single bug at some point in the playthrough. There was like always a reason to potentially use a bug. Very few exceptions, Levani. And Beautify, actually. In the dark playthrough, I feel like there's like a set of like 10 of them which are just like, yes, I get why we would use this. They're really good as well at what they do. And then there's like 10 or so of them which are just completely worthless. Yeah, I'm not going to fuck around with this, actually. Because I was going to put some Pokemon in that I'm not going to really ever use ever again, but I just can't be arsed. Like, I'm not going to probably use Mukeko ever again, but it's not very good here. I probably would use Muk at some point down the line, maybe. I can see a situation where Muk is used. Pangoro? Do I care? Fuck it. I'll take Blofeld out. We've seen a decent amount of Sharpedo. And actually, you're not at the cap yet. So we would be getting experience for reasons here. Alright, sure. And I will change the graphic. One of the things to know about Pangoro in particular, like I've considered trying to use this for multiple battles now with Iron Fist. Firstly, I should probably change your nature. I don't know why you're defensive. Hang on a minute, let me just change this. Why are you defense boosting nature? What was I doing? But also, you don't learn many fist moves. It's like really weird. But yeah, that defensive boosting nature not helping you. Actually, how fast are you, Pangoro? But am I putting adamant on you or what? What are we doing? You are unbelievably slow. You're definitely taking adamant. We'll talk about bottle caps later. Those things are like gold dust in this game. And you might not be worth the gold. Let's put it that way. It's okay anyway, your IVs. It could be better, but it could be worse. But yeah, I've got bullet punch. I've got low sweep on this thing. It just doesn't like punching moves. Parting shot. To be fair to this, in one level it gets hammer arm, which is I think a punching move, and at level 65 it gets wicked blow, which I think is also a punching move. So the best is to come, but still, it's Pangoro. All right. Either way, I'll bring you into the battle. Sure. Also, give me my water, wherever it is. I think one of the other things that annoys me about Pangoro in particular, it's probably off the back of the bug playthrough. One of my favorite bugs in that playthrough was Scizor. I just love Bullet Punch Scizor. I know it wasn't very good, but like it was like situationally it was pretty useful. And I see Pangoro as like, it's kind of like Scizor. You don't have Technician, but you have Iron Fist. You do have Bullet Punch, but it's not Stab. And then, like, when you work everything out in the wash, it's just not quite the same, right? It's just not quite strong enough. It's like Scizor Light. And then Scizzor's got really good typing as well. And it's like, Pangoro, your typing, not quite as good. Oh, anyway, this is the gym gimmick, by the way. Now, Scolipede is a Pokemon for this gym gimmick. Holy shit, that did a lot of damage. Again, it's Houndoom, right? Houndoom is not the most bulky Pokemon. I could also Mega Evolve it. I think I will Mega Evolve it. Don't think the crit mattered there, but still, the principle. Could be the only one with the access to the gimmick. I mean, bearing in mind Benjamin Butthole, he's the bug-type gym leader. What Pokemon does he use? He uses Magnezone, you know, famous bug-type Magnezone. He uses Rhyperior. He uses, oh fuck, what's it called now? Flygon. Those classic bug types. They're his favorites. Oh, one other nice thing about this gym, I forgot about this. I guess because the way the gimmick's coded, when you walk out the battle, you get a full heal. Alright, Ariados, not a real Pokemon. One of the worst bugs. Signature move, by the way, Toxic Thread. It's, what's it called? String Shot with poison on it. Actually, is it poison or toxic? I can't remember. I know it says Toxic Thread, but I didn't notice it says badly poisoned. I think it's just poison, right? It's not toxic. Otherwise, you would use it over toxic every single time. But I think it can't miss either. Yan Mega. Why are we not Mega Evolving? Just push the Mega Evolve button. Alright, do you have Speed Boost? You... Actually, I don't know how that would work. Maybe you do, because speed boost only triggers if you have a full turn, right? I think that's how that works. Otherwise, you have compound eyes, I think. Again, good 3-stage bug. I say good. Vikavolt looks like a stealth jet. Is it as fast as a stealth jet? No, it's really slow. I always enjoyed beating the old lady trainings in obscure areas. I like the ideas of eliminating all their Pokemon and trapping them in a super hostile area. What are you talking about? I don't understand the gimmick. I know it's in one of those areas, but still, I still don't understand what you even meant in the first place. Was this just you owning up to being immensely cruel? I can't tell. It is somewhat fitting since you're on the name of a villain character. So I guess I'll allow it, but... right, let me just switch things up for a battle. Like when you poke the battle old people in the Champion Road caves. Oh, I get what you mean, sorry. So when you knock out all the Pokemon, they're just left with nothing, and the wild Pokemon in the area still. I get you. I get your way of thinking now. Okay. That's a cool. I get it, I get the fun. Oh my god. Beedrill, if only you had some sort of defense. Yep. Oh, that's the other thing. The Pokemon has to be able to know the move it's going to use when it devolves. Otherwise, it interrupts. So when we put a squad together, we should think that through. Well, when I properly put the squad together in a future episode, I should think it through. Really no struggle. Why do you have Poison Sting? What are you doing, Beedrill? Right, genius Pokemon. Good strategy, Curtis. It's always good to have your last Pokemon be a Weedle struggle. Alright, do we want to have a crack at this gym leader? Just off the dome. So I remember Magnezone. Remember Rhyperior. I remember Flygon. I remember the Flygon's got a really annoying moveset as well. Like, it's like throat spray with some sound-based ability on it. I forgot what it is. It's not a normal ability for it, at the very least. I can't remember your... Oh, you have Scolipede. I think you've got one more Pokemon, which actually is a bug type. Or maybe you have Blissey. I can't remember. Also, your refight is slightly different from your main fight, I think, and I'm mixing the two up. Okay. Pangoro, it was nice to see you, but get back in the box. That was your time in the sun. Absol, you're probably not coming either. Ninsley, you're probably not making the squad. There's a chance you're making it. There's actually a decent chance if I set it up properly that we should bring Honchkrow as well. Because Honchkrow would devolve into Murkrow, and we could have like a mixed setup between a Murkrow build and a Honchkrow build. But that requires a lot of thinking. Also, it requires you to have Moxie. Do you have Moxie? You don't. So you wouldn't get Prankster. You're going in the box. There's too many guys in the box right now. Bishop. Just sitting here anyway. Alright, we should probably bring the Goon Squad. It's just what part of the Goon Squad do we bring? Let's put Hans Gruber in just as a placeholder for now. I think there's a world where we bring the Keeper. The problem with the Keeper, though, is that... The problem with the Keeper... When he devolves, he's going to be a C-Dot. That's the big issue. And even then, he's going to be a Nuzleaf, whatever it's called, in the middle stage. That's not a good Pokemon. So, it's all well and good I get the 3 stages, but if 2 of your stages are completely worthless, what was the point? I think there is some world where Pain makes the squad as well, just stalling, because I think that... I'm going to quickly check this. I'm pretty certain... what's your first stage called? The Weirdo... Vullaby. I think Vullaby gets your same moveset. Like, you still get Toxic, right? Yeah. You still get Roost. You do. You still get Iron Defense, and you still get Knockoff. Yes. So, you would actually be okay. And I think Stalling is quite good in this battle. You're not going to make the cut. I really think you won't make the cut for a few reasons. Firstly, I don't want to evolve you. And obviously, if I evolve you, I can't have you in Murkrow mode anymore, so it would actually be bad for you to evolve. Now, that being said, I have been saving Private Vang in the box for some time, so this could be Vang's day out. I do need to give him 5 or 6 bottle caps, though, because he's not blessed with IVs. Yeah, I can see a world where you make the squad. The other slight issue is, like, I'd probably like an Eviolite in the second phase, but... I definitely got leftovers in the first... Actually, maybe I do just give you the Eviolite. Because then Vullaby's actually quite okay. In fact, I'm just looking at it right now. Vullaby would have the same special defense. It'd have a higher defense as well than it normally does as Mandibuzz. But it would lose health, so overall it'd be less bulky. But not by a lot. I know I just talked about, like, the Sun mode. The Sun mode's going to be really good. The Sun. Praise the Sun. I'm actually not sure this is the battle to praise the Sun on, though. Grimmsnarl, I think, is an incredibly good shout, but I need to check your movesets. I'm not sure every stage can get the same moveset. Also, I need to put T-Wave back on you, which is fine. I can do that with a TM. Incineroar, assuming that you get Incinerate and proc Intimidate every time you devolve, you are definitely in the squad. You. I'm not sure about you. I really don't know what to do with Hisuian Samurott. It's like a vaguely good beat stick, but that's kind of it. Like, its signature move, Endless Edge, is okay. Actually, I will say Stealth Rocks is pretty good in this battle, I seem to remember. So there's a probable shot to put Crocodile in there. You do learn Stealth Rocks, I'll have to reteach you, but you do get the rocks. So maybe I have Crocodile in the lead. Oh! This battle is Fortress, I think. I think that's his other Pokemon. And in fact, I think he tries to do what I'm going to do. I think he sets up entry hazards. But he sets up Sticky Web. I think he sets up Sticky Web, Stealth Rocks, and Spikes. Maybe Toxic Spikes as well. If he does Toxic Spikes, I need to bring something to suck them up. Or at least something that Rapid Spins. Any Rapid Spinners? Any good Rapid Spinners in the Dark category? Because I would like to set entry hazards up on the other side. Okay, it's Morpeko. Morpeko, not a good Pokemon. You don't meet the brief. So I need to get... Oh, what's it called? I'd be so good at Pokemon if my ability to remember names was not awful. What's the... Is it Defog I'm thinking of? That removes entry hazards, but it's on both sides, right? Okay, Mandibuzz learns it. Shiftry learns it. Honchkrow learns it. Skuntank learns it. Okay. I could just try and deal with it. The other thing I could do, theoretically, is I could bring a Moxie Pokemon. So when a Moxie Pokemon picks up a kill, it gets an attack boost, and I could just try and sweep with a Moxie boosted Pokemon. It's actually one of the things I wanted to do, potentially with the Choice Scarf, if I got a Choice Scarf, which again, has proven to be really elusive. But I could Choice Scarf a Moxie Crocodile and just try and sweep. But it'd probably be quite hard. I will say I kind of want to bring Weavile. I know it's not a 3-stage Pokemon, but I have to deal with at some point Flygon. And you're 4 times super effective to Flygon. And actually Weavile... Sorry, Sneasel's pretty good as well. So I think there is some, like, logic there. Your moveset is a little bit troll, though. I probably want to give you Brick Break back. Actually, hold on a minute. My answer is not defog. My answer is taunt. Dark type that learns taunt is the entire the entire roster of dark types. So the Goon Lord gets it. Does Incineroar get taunt? He does, right? He does. Oh, but only via TM, right? That's my issue right now. So the taunt exists as a TM in this game, and I can't get it till the post game. But a lot of dark types just learn it naturally, so I've not been worrying about it. But there's actually only a very few subset of dark types that I can actually use for this. So Obstagoon is one of them. Honchkrow and Murkrow are another one. Craw taunt is one of them I didn't realize. Sneasel, Weavile, Sharpedo could do it. Liepard. Ooh, Liepard is pretty funny. I do like Liepard now. Oh, Pangoro could do it as well. LOL. I'm trying to remember the other movies on this Pokemon. Might be like self-destruct, to be honest with you. I really like this Pokemon. I've not used it for quite some time either, but I do like the idea of doing, like... Anytime I can, like, encore something into, like, a really troll move, and then just spam, like, Night Days Copycat with Prankster, I fucking love it. I'm going to take the Goon out. For now. I probably only... I mean, as I said, I'm probably going to lose this. In fact, I'm almost certainly going to lose this, but... Let's lose it in a fun way. Also, the Goon, I'd have to set up, like, the Guts trigger. Which I can't bother. Right. So, how do I want to do this? So, if I'm going to taunt... I think it's Fortress first, so I think I need to taunt it. And then I think it'll swap. And if he doesn't swap, I Night Days and Copycat it. And maybe Encore into something and then swap. So... Normally I give you a Troll item, but do I want to give you a Troll item still? Actually, this thing might have a Bug-type move. So I could give you a Tanga Berry. I have 405 Muscle Wings. The alternate thing I normally give you is Lax Incense to try and get people to miss you. But it's such a, like... It's such a smooth brain item, I feel. But you know what? Fucking have the smooth brain item. It's worked in the past. You have leftovers. Incineroar. Incineroar. Normally you would take an Assault Vest. I would like you to have Knockoff again as well, buddy. I think it is mission critical you have the item as well. Is it an egg move? I always forget. Or do you just learn it? Oh, wait. You never had knockoff on you in the first place. I just remembered. I'm living in Pokemon Champions. This Pokemon does get knockoff in this game, but it's a move tutor move, and you can't get knockoff move tutor until post-game. So actually, I've never had knockoff in this Pokemon yet. So I've always been using Dark as Lariat if I've needed a dark move. Which is not very good, to be honest with you. It might actually be better just to leave Brick Break on you and Brick Break Earthquake. Although I think Magnezone has got Levitate from what I remember, so actually Earthquake probably does nothing here. That's my theory. But then again, I'm just looking through your moves quickly. I think most of your moves do nothing. You can have U-turn. That's what you need. That's your go-to move. And Parting Shot would also potentially be good, but the problem with Parting Shot is I've not ever set it up on this Pokemon. And it's an egg move, so I would have to do a lot of work to do that. And I can't be arsed. So we'll do with U-turn. I mean, I think U-turn's fine. I probably don't need Earthquake, to be honest with you. I think, as I said, it's Magnezone, which would be good, but it's got Levitate. Flygon, I don't know if it has Levitate, but it's not going to be super effective anyway, so it doesn't matter. They've got a Bug Poison, which doesn't matter because it'll be neutral. I think I'm fine to do this. Also, Earthquake's a TM, so I can do the undo button at any time. And I guess I'll leave Fake Out for a bit of extra chip damage, but it's kind of irrelevant in singles. Oh yeah, Assault Vest. Someone should hold the Eviolite. I guess it's going to be you. I think I've only got one as well, so I might have to go find it. It's in the box. It's almost certainly on Cool. Because Cool loves to hoard this Eviolite. It's like, no, it's my precious Eviolite. Yep, look at that. It's on Cool. What an asshole. I'm only joking. Right, Crocodile, classically not good with the Eviolite. In fact, none of your stages are classically good with the Eviolite, but they will be today, right? I would love you to have Stealth Rocks. You're probably not the best Stealth Rocks user, but in this party, you might be the only one. Actually, you basically are. Bishop also learns Stealth Rocks. That's it. I guess my other question is, do I use the Intimidate one, or do I use... In fact, I could do Anger Point as well, which would be very memey. Just pray that I get crit, the 1 in 16 crit chance, and don't die. And then just sweep with Anger Point. But it's probably, again, not going to work very well. I think Moxie's a pipe dream, because as soon as I get KO'd, I lose the attack stacks. Whereas Intimidate is always going to be good for me. Right, where is Stealth Rocks? It is a TM. Is it? I don't remember it being a TM. Also, what do I get rid of for this? I guess I get rid of Crunch. It's kind of weird to get rid of my Stab Dark move, but I kind of don't care about Crunch. I almost never push that button. What the fuck is Stealth Rocks? Oh, it is a TM. Okay, my bad. I'm dumb. But yeah, against the bug, I want Rock Slide. This is my big stab Omega move. I probably don't push it, to be fair, because I think Ground's not really good in this battle, but I'll just leave it on. I mean, either way, Dark is not going to be good in this battle either, I think. I'm probably pushing the Rock Slide and the Close Combat button more often than not, but we'll have Stealth Rocks in. And that will punish them for swapping around, because I remember this battle loves to swap. So anytime you can punish swapping is great. They have a poison Pokemon as well, so Toxic Spikes is not quite as good. But as soon as I kill Scolipede, which I think is in this battle, then we are theoretically golden. Oops. I could also try to set up Spikes, but I don't know who learns Spikes. I think it's Overquill at that point. Yeah, it's Overquill. Cacturn, theoretically as well, but Cacturn... You've honestly seen more play on this playthrough than I was expecting, so... I take it with a pinch of salt that I'm not going to use you again. I say I won't use you again. Then maybe there's a chance I use you again, because you do have Prankster in this game, which you don't normally have in the main game. And surely a Prankster Pokemon always has an interesting use. Like, Prankster Grass Whistle, surely that has a use. Alright, let's have, like, a crack or two at this. Without, like, any knowledge. Other than, like, past experiences, which might as well be no knowledge. I'm almost certainly getting one of the Pokemon wrong, because I remember that... I think the Rebattle has Blissey in it. I don't think this one does, though, but I could be wrong. Alright, Lipard, you're in. If we don't see the shiny body of Fortress when I swap in, we're gonna lose. Mandibuzz, you are my Staller. And when I did this last time, we used Shuckle to pivot on. You're probably my pivot. Grimmsnarl, I didn't think about you, but I should give you T-Wave back before I go into this battle, because otherwise you are not as good as you otherwise could be. Incineroar, I probably need you to deal with the Magnezone at some point. And I'm kind of betting that Intimidate is insane here. Crocodile, again, Intimidate, very strong, I think, unless it's not strong, in which case I'm dumb. And Weavile. Weavile, honestly, you've been the poster child of the playthrough so far. Keep it going. Don't stop here. Right. I think, if I remember rightly, T-Wave is... There it is a TM, so I can get that back into Grimmsnarl very easily. Power Whip, you cost me 4 Grass Gems to put you on you, which is actually pretty awkward for me to get right now. But it's gone. I don't need Grass Whip anymore. Where we're going. Alright. So you're not going to get your fun, spicy introduction this time for the battle, because as I said, I'm going in blind. Here are the EVs and stuff if you're kind of interested, but it's like a very broad set. Forgot you have max defense. You know what? That might be fine. You've got an assault vest. You're a really bulky Incineroar now. Max speed, jolly, intimidate. You're max. Oh no, you're not max speed. Sorry, because you've got adamant. That's fine. I'm sure that won't punish me. Flygon's not that fast, right? Oh, I also have to solve this, right? I think I have to go from oldest to youngest and push the buttons behind them. I think you're the youngest. I think you're the oldest, no offense. I think you're the second youngest. Now, one of them might look terrible for their age, or one might look incredibly good for their age. She's not all you judgmental prick. I was just saying. Like, what do you want me to do? Is the gym gimmick is go from oldest to youngest and click the button. They don't let me interview them. Okay. Eighth gym, supposed bug-type gym leader. Instantly wrong, but it's the same principle. This is a sticky web Pokemon. Fortress must be in the refight. I'm gonna taunt you because you're gonna sticky web me. Yeah, fuck you, Araquanid. I know what you're all about. Now the question is, are you gonna swap? No, which alarms me. Oh, you got a bug type move. You have lunge, don't you? That's gonna kill me. That didn't kill me. Alright, here's the problem. I don't really have a great Pokemon to swap into with this. Well, the problem is my two Intimidate Pokemon, which is what I'd like to use here. They're both weak to water. I'm gonna copycat the Night Days, try and get an accuracy drop with my Laxin Sense and get a miss. At the very worst, we devolve, right? And I still retain Pranks, and I think the use of all my moves. Oh, you have Leech Fang. That's extremely problematic, actually. Okay. We might need to swap here. Because I can't have you healing off me. What? Why? Why was it Araquanid? I guess you could go to Pain as well, actually. You know what? Let's go to Pain. We're fairly bulky. I expect the bug moves incoming. Nope. They swap back to Liquidation. Okay, Sticky Web is incoming. I can't stop it anymore. But can you stop the Pain train? So I will never have speed control this battle, almost certainly. You're going to Magnezone, aren't you? I knew it. Just out of interest, how much damage does this do? I assume you're going to T-Bolt me. There goes your Eviolite, which is why Knockoff is strong in this battle, is T-Bolt. We're quite bulky. I lived. Alright, see you later. So, I'm pretty certain Magnezone has Levitate, right? Why did he swap? You didn't know what I was doing there. I could have protected. How am I faster than you? How slow is Magnezone? Okay, that's my ass. I just want to say Intimidate procs again. It's like, theoretically I'm re-entering the battle, right? Yeah. Okay, so Intimidate's insane in this battle. Not against Magnezone, admittedly, but it is, like, theoretically insane. It turns out you don't still know one of your moves. And that move is Close Combat, which is unfortunate because that's the move I needed. Flinch 8 times. Flinch 12 times. Okay, that's ice or fighting, probably. I'm gonna assume... I'm gonna assume it's ice. Wait, do you... Am I losing my mind? I'm gonna check. Magnezone, do you actually have Levitate, or have I baited myself? Nope, it doesn't. It doesn't. Okay, I've baited myself. It has Sturdy, though. I think that's what it's got. So you can't one-shot it, you actually have to hit it another time. I could have swore you had Levitate. Maybe it's in a past game. Also, you are really slow. You're 60 base speed. On Magnezone. Yeah, sturdy. Okay. It's actually faster as a Magneton. By 10. So I can take it out of this phase, put it into Magneton phase. Actually, it's out of interest. Is Magneton faster than Sorry. Is Magnemite faster than Magneton? No. Much slower. Oh my god, Magnemite has some Gen 1 stats. 25 HP? Sheesh. Okay. I don't know what to do now. I'll level with you. Because logically, I should probably go to Incineroar, but the problem with Incineroar is that I think they're going to swap. Also, I might be slower. I know I just said 45 speed, LOL, but Incineroar is not quick. I'm going to fake you out. Yeah, I thought you were going to swap. Because I could have at least broken the Sturdy. So, actually, Incineroar's really good here. It's Rhyperior, who will probably be faster than me. I'm expecting a big Earth-type move, aka it's going to be rock damage. I can't eat the rock move. I'm going to have a big explosion in a second. Okay, let's say see you later. Let's sack Imitat. Okay, it was Earthquake, not Rock Slide. Goodbye, Imitat. So now, how do I win? I think I need to do some real bullshit is how I need to win this. I think I need to like T-Wave it or something, get some flinches. It's whether or not I set Reflect up before the T-Wave, but if I'm gonna fully go for a win here, oh, you're a ground type, I can't T-Wave you. Okay, Reflect. That's right, you're Ground Rock. But I think it is something like I need to get some T-Waves off to get me to win the game. Okay, Reflect is up. I'm now willing to go into Incineroar to intimidate you, lower your stats again. This might force you to swap. We'll see. Now, do you swap? No. You've got... what's it called? You've got the ability that means if you take super effective damage, you don't take super effective damage, I think. I should have done more. Alright, this thing's going to be a pain in the ass. I do seem to remember I toxic stalled Rhyperior last time, so I need to get into Pain, but I can't get to Pain because Pain nearly died to a T-Bolt earlier. Right. Let me go to Pain, sack Pain. I think I need to keep this Incineroar alive if I'm going to win. I also need to keep the Weevil alive. Nice. Got out the Earthquake. The real question is, I mean, and I can answer this. I've literally got the notes next to me. How fast is Rhyperior? I think it's faster than I think it is. It's 40 base speed. It's not faster than I think it is. So I almost certainly outspeed it. So if I roost, how much damage am I going to take from a Rock Slide? Yeah, this thing has Filter. The flip line is that if I don't take that much damage, I could Toxic instead. And then I'll drop into my other phase with the Evilite, and then I start doing the Iron Defense shenanigans from there. I think I go for a Toxic. And I'll just try and keep the Vullaby alive. Also, if it's Rock Slide, he could miss. It's Rock Blast. He could have missed. Oh, don't roll many. No, stop rolling. No. I forgot he uses Rock Blast because it goes between phases, right? Okay, he did in this case, but if he hit 4 times, he would have hit this phase as well. Right, now we are in defense. See you later, Rhyperior. Flygon is here. I can't remember what the gimmick of this Flygon is, but I remember it being really bad for me. I think it's a special attacker is one of the things that's very awkward for me. Let me try and knock it off. It's Throat Spray, isn't it? Oh, maybe not. There's some bullshit about this Pokemon. Like, it's not the actual ability that it has in the game. It's something else. I thought it's Throat Spray as well. Maybe it's the refight. Anyway, I need to assume I'm faster than you, which I'm not sure I am. I'm not. This will one-shot me. But Sneasel gets to attack. And your defense is dropped by 2 stages. And I hit the Ice Crash. I thought I was going to miss. There's actually a world where maybe I win this now. I don't think Flygon's particularly quick. And I've lost my speed debuff because I've devolved. It's gonna kill me, isn't it? Trapinch Earthquake. Fucking Sneasel. Sneasel, why are you so weak? Alright, let's go to Grimmsnarl. Maybe Grimmsnarl T-Wave is not the answer in this battle of the bug gym leader who has mini ground types. And an electric type as well. Let's not Reflect. Get the screens going. I think this only knows Earthquake at this point. And you have a Life Orb on you. Okay. How are you faster than me? I mean, I guess I did take the speed drop. You fucking killed Grimmsnarl. Fine, Morgrim. You still know Spirit Break, right? Nope, you don't. Okay, we're actually cooked. Dr. Neo Cortex has no offensive maneuvers anymore. I should have checked that one. That's my bad. Alright, Incineroar, it's all up to you. You need to sweep everything. Bearing in mind there's a Pokemon left I can't hurt. This fucking Flygon is, like, insane. I mean, I know it's not a Flygon, it's a Trapinch, but, like, what damage does Trapinch have? It's absolutely shredding me. And, right, so Flygon's got an ability called Sound Waves in this game, which ups and resists sound moves. That's what it's doing to me. Trades out as Sheer Force. Trades added effects for power, but I don't think Earthquake has an added effect, right? just push the button. Alright, another Pokemon down. Be a real shame to see Rhyperior right now. Okay, it's a Rakronid. It's still not great, but actually, it's probably better for me. Citrus. Here's the Pokemon for you to kill. Enjoy. You at least have struggle. Paraflinch. This is gonna hurt. A Reflect's gone. Fake it out. The problem I've got right now is because Water Bubble is going to massively reduce fire damage, and I don't really want to swap with U-turn, so I think I have to Flare Blitz it, but I don't think it's going to do anything. Yeah, I thought it was going to do nothing. Alright, well, we just have to U-turn then. My best source of damage, sadly. But as soon as this thing Leech Fangs, I just lose. I mean, I lost anyway. I don't know why I'm like, oh, we could win this, guys. There's a Rhyperior in the back and I can't kill it. Like, I'm just moving deck chairs of the Titanic right now. That's all I'm doing. And even then, I have to be able to beat the first form of Araquanid, which I'm not going to do either. Jupide, or whatever it's called. I think it's the third time I've intimidated this Pokemon. It killed me still. Alright, listen, you've got this, buddy. I think it's the fourth time I've intimidated the Araquanid. Slap his cheeks. Oh, he swapped. He was too scared of the kitten. Alright, Rhyperior's back. Alright, listen, this looks bad for you, but... Toxic is on. We can swap back to the Beat Stick. He can take this damage that's incoming. Then we swap back, Intimidate, clap his cheeks. Toxic kills him. And then I die to Rhydon, because the Toxic gets removed when they evolve. How's that sound for a strategy? So the Rip accepted down. No, we're winning this. Trust. Look, I'm going to U-turn it. I'm dead. Litten's slower than Rhyperior. The more you know. Damn, if it just got that one U-turn off that was going to do like 1 damage, we might have won that. Anyway, this battle, I really don't like it. I mean, I do like it, but it's kind of an annoying one to fight. It's just an epic fight because they love to swap around. So you really need to get like Stealth Rocks or something up to like really punish them for doing it. And it was really bad with the bug types because there just weren't many good options for bugs. I will say, I think we could probably do better, like with a bit more logic. Also, if I just Earthquake the fucking Magna Zone instantaneously, we'd probably be in a good position. But you losing close combat when you devolve is pretty bad for me. It's not even close combat, it's Brick Break. How? Do you lose close combat of interest? Because you do get it. Right. You get close combat. You forget it. Okay, the only fighting move you actually get is Revenge, which is probably not the best move, but equally, maybe not the worst. Okay. And then the other issue is Grimmsnarl. Because Grimmsnarl, you lose Spirit Break, which makes sense now that I think about it, because when you evolve, you get Spirit Break. So you're going to have Play Rough instead, which is not a huge downgrade. But the other two get Play Rough. Actually, do you both get Play Rough, sorry? Morgrim gets it. Does Impidimp get it? He does. So yeah, we could do Play Rough instead. The other thing you could do actually is Foul Play, which takes the stat of the opponent. And there's actually some pretty high attack stat Pokemon here, with like Rhyperior. So I can see a world where we do that. Anyway, I think that's going to have to be the next time. Because I should probably sit down and solve this a little bit better. Because it is a lot about just keeping Pokemon on the field for as long as possible, and then... It's just sustaining Pokemon and punish them for swapping is the gimmick. I'm just trying to quickly check. Can I see the guide of this before I leave everyone? Because there was a Pokemon I didn't see, I think. Ah, so the other Pokemon, there's two Pokemon I didn't see. Volcarona is in the squad, and Mega Scizzor's in the squad. But I'm pretty sure Mega Scizzor, when it devolves, goes straight to Scyther, not Scizzor first. And Volcarona isn't really like a real Pokemon when it devolves. I'll show this when I do the brief next time, but 3 of the Pokemon are also cheating because they're holding Eviolites. And also a few of the Pokemon have got unnatural EVs. They have like 700 or something EVs instead. So that's it. This battle is like just pure bullshit. Most of them aren't bugs. Which actually, to be fair, in the rebattle I think he has 1 bug, but in this battle he does have 3. And then he has Magnezone, Rhyperior, Flygon. It was Hidden Power Ice and Magnezone. Okay. I think this is doable. I think we just need to like... Oh, I say wait. I think I just need to sit down and like solve it. But I feel like with the sheer number of Intimidate Pokemon, and potentially with things like Moxie, and just snowballing the battle away, we could get into a good position. I'm sure I've got a better lead into the Rakun than I did. Anyway, YouTube, that'll do for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, why not leave a like and subscribe? Everyone helps me out. See you next time. Bye!